just being biased. You don't appreciate art, and that is your flaw.
I don't appreciate the art that I played like, a countless number of times.
You don't.
Oh,
So,
well,
it's on,
fuck me, I guess.
honestly, it's a little disgusting. Why the hell's my camera fucking on? Anyways, yeah, we're live now.
Actually, why am I fighting this guy? I gain
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah, I have one more assignment I gotta take care of, and then after that, I may or may not just decide to bite the bullet and do my quiz. I haven't studied for it at all, but it's either I just do it now while I have like a day, or I do it tomorrow after I'm tired from work and still not study for it, basically.
Hmm.
Real damned if you do, damned if you don't. Wait, what the hell is dropping? Next fucking Yu-Gi-Oh box set.
I don't know, but I recently figured out the Dark Magician Blue Eyes stuff is actually supposed to be English released prints in the OCG.
What?
So I'm kind of yeah, like it. I'm kind of confused because if that's true, then that would mean that it would be legal day one. Because if it's in English, that means we can all read it and it'd be tournament valid. Well, I mean, you can technically use Japanese product as long as you have like one copy of the real thing.
Yeah,
But
that's one thing
like,
I'll give. That's one thing I will actually give props to Yu-Gi-Oh over other card games I've experienced. Yu-Gi-Oh's like, yeah, bro, just fucking, have a card for the ruling and you can use the Japanese version. That seems reasonable.
well, so from what I was told is that it's an English like printing, and I'm like in the OCG. But then it was mentioned in the context of this will be the first time the OCG will be releasing it. I'm like, well, okay, if that's the case, then it's probably true. But like, why?
Well, the
I mean,
OC,
did they
well,
just want it available worldwide?
it's probably just so that way they don't have to waste time double printing. Because the OCG, most people who play the OCG already know English. Hello, Si.
Yeah, it's understandable, especially the ones that go to tournaments because they have to in order to compete.
No, you're a new Red Eyes monster. What do you do? What the hell?
Something involving burns, something involving graveyards,
You
something
can
involving
send one
special.
level 5 or higher normal monster from your hand or deck to the graveyard, special summon this card from your hand, they increase its level by 1. Its current level is 6, okay, so you turn it into 7. During your main phase of the turn you sent this card, you can banish one card from your graveyard, add one Red Eyes Fusion from your deck or graveyard to your hand. That's not bad.
Are you still doing your study, or this is part of study?
This is not part of studying. Before I start on studying, I got an email about the new Yu-Gi-Oh box, and I need to check and see if there's anything here I need.
Fetty, you seem like you're lost in thought. Do you require assistance?
No, he's fine.
I will provide you thoughts.
Let him suffer.
Says it has to be suffering.
Let
Could
him
be
suffer.
productive.
He's trying to downplay Nemesis. Let him suffer.
He hasn't even said anything.
Let him suffer.
Okay.
And for Noble Knights are pretty cheap with the exception of Noble
Oh, here
Arms
we go.
Museum. Revolution Synchron costs $60. Poor devil. Wait, is this the card? Damn it! Okay, so the draw 2 for a cost of 10 is finally out, but it costs like $6 a copy.
That is rough, but I definitely should have been getting on that when it almost dropped.
No, because the pre-order would
I
have
completely
costed more.
forgot about it.
The pre-order would have costed more.
Oh.
Well, have you ever pre-ordered any cards or no?
I don't think I have. I've been tempted to. It's just I thought maybe first week it might have been cheaper because sometimes it's cheaper, sometimes it's not. Because if a
No,
card gets hyped up but doesn't meet the hype, it's usually better to buy after.
well, I guess we'll see if it meets the hype. Well, I mean, it's literally a draw two for a 10 cost. It's literally
It's
just
it's it's gonna yeah, it's gonna meet the hype. It's utility. Utility doesn't fail.
the Infernal no or the Ignoble cards are a lot like cheaper than I thought they were going to be, so that's nice.
Didn't they get reprinted?
I don't think these are reprints. I think these are new.
Oh,
I mean, I could be wrong. You can check for yourself. The new Crystal God archetype's looking cheap, ironically. Scrap Iron Sacred Statues cheap. It
more
looks
god
like
cards? No, impossible.
the aren't real God. I'm a lost words. How Yu-Gi-Oh is able to make English major Zim make multiple typos, but it doesn't. Hello, Rock and Alice.
What? Oh shit, that was not part of the plan.
I'm going to teach your balls, little bro. I'm going to. What the hell? Um. Hello, war criminal. You're new here.
All right, he's done.
This is your fan base, Zim. No. The problem is that most of the people who show up to the streams and shit who are new are usually chill, normal people. I'm honestly convinced on occasion, like I have no proof of this, but I'm honestly convinced when like a fucking troll like that shows up, it's just like Man or something coming to troll for a little bit because Man's like banned on the channel.
He does seem to have an obsessive habit of visiting this place for no reason, just to contribute like bullshit comments.
Well, yeah, I say Man is like a loose term because I'm blanking him with the other God of War guys. It's literally just like any of them because they're all with the exception of TG and K. I've banned most of the God of War guys from the channel.
Hmm. Yeah, that was a work in progress. They really had their time, didn't they? They had like what 2 years to not be to be like decent human beings, and they spent most of it just trolling, fucking around, and trying to find out.
Now let me wink. Abara's Neil Death Island. That was any good. Now let me wink rookie to Bioni for recording the Forerunner War. Mangler hates this.
I don't know why he keeps saying rookie recorded the Forerunner War. Like, no,
No,
what would recording the Forerunner War even mean?
it's just that fucking it's just that after fucking I didn't even care so much about their trolling on the channel, but after they went around lying about debating Mangler, which key in mind I wouldn't care, but like every time we would talk, they're like, bro, let us debate Mangler, bro, let like get Mangler to debate us. It's like,
I
and then
didn't
there's
care either because I proved my cases through empirical evidence, not through one-on-one rhetoric in debates. But like it,
eh,
it
it,
just started getting really fucking annoying after a while.
it's just that like if you're gonna keep on fucking lying, then like you can go.
I was under the impression it had more to do with the fact that they
Uh,
insulted your cognitive. Uh,
That's why I banned Man. Not, and it wasn't even because he insulted me. It's because he insulted me behind my back. Because like I'm respectful to him, and he's usually respectful on the stream. It's just that like hearing him say that shit behind my back, I'm like, no, okay, I'm good. Yesterday's
I
question.
just find it.
Yesterday's question wasn't even a fucking question. So sorry for
Oh,
context out of fucking nowhere. Yesterday at
I,
night,
I
you.
saw.
I was gonna.
Yeah, he was like, I need you to help me understand what your position on a bunch of copyright stuff is, and I'm like, well, I guess he'd be the person to ask, but that is a really big question.
It's like what is your opinion on publishers self-publishing copyright intellectual property and public domain as a way to fight abuse of copyright intellectual property laws against writers? But Zim, I insult you always, lol. JK, JK. No. So let me explain this a little bit because I need to explain how the channel rhetoric is to be handled. You can insult me, just do it to my face. Don't act nice to me. And then I find out behind my back you're over here like fucking like disrespecting me so fucking harshly. It's like if you
Really
want to call
don't.
me an asshole, just say it to my face, and we're Gucci. Like I don't mind TG and K. I don't like him, but he's not banned because everything he would say about me behind my back, he said directly to me.
So you're saying he's not a coward?
Yeah. Although, no, it's not even cowardly. They don't see it as insults. It's like when I
Well, that's the
confronted Man
problem.
about it, he didn't see anything wrong with it, and I'm like, that's weird.
I don't want to hunt rats with you, random old man.
It's more fun doing it at your face. Yeah, like I know most of the time it's all in good fun. I'm just saying that like if you say it to my face, I won't care. What I care is if you're like two-faced. That's what I more or less care about. So what's my opinions on publishers and self-publishing? Publishers did a good job of keeping like books in check without making like too much trash become commonplace. The problem with self-publishing is a lot of people do it for get rich quick schemes, but they also aren't up to par with a lot of quality. That's myself included. If you actually read my books, which none of you fuckers have besides Pimp Demon, you'll notice there's a bunch of typos in my book because like I didn't pay for an editor because I'm not paying $500 for an editor. Fuck you. But publishers would solve that problem. Publishers make sure the book is properly refined. They also do give like consistent feedback and have like usually a team to work with. Kyle had to read them though. Yeah, but Kyle doesn't edit for shit. Like literally, I'm editing Kyle's books. So wait, who got banned? Just the God of War guys. Ozro. No one special. Um, yeah. So publishers do keep that in check. I decided to lower my membership. That's fine, Pip Demon. Honestly, the fact that you were paying as much as you were for as long as you were is kind of like fucking crazy. So I'll definitely always appreciate that.
Where is the items I was looking for?
Wait, wait. You lowered your wait. If you lowered your membership, I wonder when that takes effect. Cause you're still at the same level.
Did that one guy ever make his T-bunk video? I'm assuming you're trying to say rebunk video. No. So hasn't happened. We're waiting. I mean, we're still waiting for rebuking videos um to really all the God of War reference videos, honestly.
Yeah, no, I'm
Oh, this
actually
is just another one of the queue.
hmm. Yeah, no, especially with how slow content's been. I was generally like surprised across the board that you were still paying that amount consistently. Lowering membership doesn't really do anything except give you less money. No, I know. Like for you guys, I don't make enough content to justify higher tier memberships in general. Like besides like the commissioning of a video, because I'll still do a New Vegas video anyways because like you were paying $100 for a long time. It's just that like yeah, I was always kind of surprised you were still keeping it up for as long as you were. Which again, I do appreciate. It was nice little heart. It was nice little fucking money here and there. Hello, so what's death count, lol? I don't think Mangler's died all that much recently. Still
Yeah,
don't
I don't
trust
think
him.
I have. Well, okay, are we counting deaths via resurrections or like proper deaths where like I die and like because technically you could die like a bunch but never be stopped in action.
I think you died. I think if we're talking proper deaths, you died like 3 times properly. I should keep track. Hang on, we're gonna change this to Mangler's trash level.
Wow, his posture's not increasing at all.
I think we're gonna do three because I'm pretty sure he died 3 times to that one fucking chain guy.
I didn't die to Gyobu at all. Gyobu
Hey,
usually takes a life. No, I mean like I didn't die. I didn't die a proper death.
oh, all
I don't
right.
really count resurrections because you're literally expected to use those.
Is a tentacles monster with wings ripping off Cthulhu? Depends on
Everything
how you
tentacles lifting off
depends on how
Cthulhu.
you well no. It depends on how you draw it. Hello, so what's the it's like yeah, that's not there. It depends on how you draw it, honestly, or how you get it drawn. Because like if you're just talking a tentacle monster with wings, okay, well that depends. Do you mean a humanoid tentacle monster with wings? Thoughts on MK1, the new one? Nothing really special. I mean, it looks decent, but like, I'm not really too excited for it. All right, going back to a size question. Self-publishing is great because it lets people like me put my books online without needing to go through a publisher or paying money to publishers to take a look at my book and then reject me. But it also means that a lot more trash can get out into the world, but it also means a lot more fiction gets out into the world, which is overall a relatively good thing because for every like 10 cash grabs, there's people who are actually trying to make like actual good literature that's worth reading.
It gets ideas into the world as well, which can inspire people.
Yeah, unfortunately though, it's not as published fan fiction. Doesn't matter. Isn't Cthulhu like public domain or something? Oh, yeah, Cthulhu is public domain. Yeah, you're right. Wait, is he? Let me check. I think he might be public domain.
He's
Did
a
Lovecraft
mythos, so
have
he
kids
wouldn't
or
have to be.
no? Which
Unless
ironic because one.
Lovecraft just unless Lovecraft just passed on like everything that he made from generation to generation to generation. But I mean, at some point, I'm assuming the family probably let it go.
No, yeah, Cthulhu is public domain. It's been public domain since 1957. Or at least
That's
yeah,
exciting.
yeah, because the Call of Cthulhu, but but you have to
But
understand that public domain's a little complicated with him because there is some controversy around him, if I remember correctly. Because I think he was around before public domain, but I'm pretty sure he's public domain. But you have to use the original source material. You can't use anything that came out after his death that was written by other people. That's an important distinction because Cthulhu appears in a lot of stories that aren't written by Lovecraft. So if you're doing something with Cthulhu, you have to read the original H.P. Lovecraft books. You can't use the derivative works or anything. It has to be the original Call of Cthulhu. Those are important distinctions. Anyways, where was I? Thoughts on the not fear? So I recently played League of Legends for the first time in like 3 months because with the other side video game like doing all my work and my nights, I haven't really been able to like play leagues. I have not played Nefari against Nefari yet though. I haven't even looked at their kit. No? 15, what do you mean no? Everything I said was correct. Yeah, so that's how I feel about self-publishing. Copyright and intellectual property is fine as a whole. It's literally designed for people to make money off their work without it getting stolen and provides a way for, them to defend their work in case it does get stolen, which I think is a good thing overall. I think everyone who makes their own stuff should be entitled to some metric of their own work, if not all of it, depending on how it works. That being said, copyright can be bad because people can potentially take you to copyright court or copyright or they can argue they can argue fucking infringement when it's fair use.
Oh, I'm
I'm glad I can
poisoned.
do anything.
That's
You see
dangerous.
the only up devs taking on commercial use items, whereas our side scale overall. You'll find out in the video cipher. Bro, the video's taking like 20 hours to make at least, and that's not including like research time to grab footage and shit. Yeah, so copyright rules can be bad, but overall, in a basic vacuum, they are a good thing. Intellectual property, this work gets complicated. We have been waiting for months. Suck a dick. It's at
No, no,
listen,
no. I'm stuck.
listen.
Okay.
And okay, that's Mangler's first proper death. Nope. Okay. Listen, the video's 24 minutes edited out of 41. So it's getting there. Like it's almost done.
Oh wait, I should do the thing.
You should do the thing.
Confront this memory.
Other side video. It's a video for a game. I've been working for months as him. Oh please. And the public domain is a way to fight abusive copyright intellectual property laws against writers. Public domain is not a way to fight abusive copyright intellectual property law. All public domain is public domain is an area, it's like a smorgasbord of shit you can use in your stories without any restriction.
It doesn't contest existing copyright laws. It just means this is what you have.
Yeah, so copyright law with this is with the exception of fucking Disney, because Disney ruined public domain a little bit, because of course they did. Um the way fucking Desmond Miles versus XCO and Altair, I'm gonna say if they're together, they'd probably beat Desmond. Because you have to understand the skills Desmond got were from Ezio and Altair, and then he got I think the last person he got skills from was specifically
Connor.
Connor? And while
Yes,
Connor's
Connor.
good, what?
Connor.
Yeah.
Yes, just confirming.
Yeah, and while Connor and Hate Them are good, the problem is that in combat, they would offer nothing new that would desperately turn the table from a 2v1 in Desmond's favor.
Both
Because you have to
Ezio and Altair are some of the most skilled assassins, and in this case, like he'd have to have techniques. Otherwise, he's just fighting a two-on-one battle with two people that are almost as skilled as he is.
Mickey's about to become public domain next year. Yes, so what happened is the original Mickey Mouse cartoon and Mickey as a character was going to enter public domain roughly 50 years ago or like somewhere along that line. And Disney didn't want to lose their cash cow. So Disney petitioned Congress to increase public domain time by the death of the author and 70 years of their relative.
Yes. Which I don't know even why that was a problem because they weren't even like while they were using that inspiration, it's not like it would have stopped them from getting like fucking, their own
Disney
creative works of like Mickey.
Disney loves their brand and they love it the way it's interpreted. Now imagine if someone could make porn of Mickey Mouse back then, it would have tarnished their
Uh,
brand
That
significantly.
that's
It,
just
it's
so
it's
fucking
literally just a
basic.
purity of brand situation. That's all there is to it. As fucked as it is, that's all there is to it. You know.
I didn't think it was something overly complicated. I just thought their position was stupid.
Well, it also ensures that like if people want Mickey Mouse, they go to them instead of going to somebody else, like a consumer. So like it like cuts out any competition in the market, so to speak. Okay,
Corporation
now what if
cutting
it's a
out
1v1?
competition.
In a 1v1 fight, Desmond probably beats them. It'd probably be a tough fight, but he probably beats them because he still has more experience overall. So, on of my designs, I was gonna make a humanoid figure with an octopus head, bat-like wings, hawk-like feet and hands. Bro, I think the only original thing in your fucking list was maybe the hawk fucking feet and hands. But hawks don't have feet, they don't have hands.
Not with that attitude.
Well, they don't, right? They just have claws. They just have talons.
No, they just have talons. They just have talons.
I was gonna say like, no, I'm pretty sure I'm right here. Is that a bull with fucking bales of hay lit on fire?
Possibly. The Auction
Wouldn't
are desperate to keep everybody out, so
wouldn't
they're literally willing to use anything.
wouldn't a regular bull with like its horns be more effective? You're literally stopping like the stabbing power of its horns like that.
No,
Maybe it has small horns and that's why you put the bales of hay on there. Ezio is an old man, was able to kill groups of young men. Yeah, that's 100% true. That's where trained warriors, or that were trained warriors. Yeah, no. Who is actually more of a skilled fighter between Ezio and Altair? I'm gonna say Altair is more skilled than Ezio because Altair was fighting a war, like he was fighting at a time when swordsmanship and fighting at that level was not only commonplace, but they were literally in wars. While yes, there were still wars going on in Ezio's era, Altair literally walked up to the leader of the Crusaders and took him on in a fight and killed him in like 20 men.
That was also when I'm pretty sure the Templars were more,
The Templars
you know.
were a lot more combatively stronger during Altair's era than they were later on.
I was also gonna say they were better known back then as well, like at least in the original continuity.
What about when authors are unable to get good deals with publishers? Well, this is the thing: is that authors can choose not to go with the publisher, even if they're strong armed. Like you can say no. It's just that like who's gonna accept you otherwise? Like at that point, we're talking about publishers being scummy, but like I don't think, but I think you're like assuming in bad faith publishers will be scummy. Thoughts on Armored Core? Have not even looked at it. Here's what I'm gonna say. I think From Software creates good games. I'm not the biggest fan of From Software games. Because like I did not like Sekiro actually.
Sekiro was a great game, but it should have been 60 FPS. It had the same problem that every Firm Software game had until like Elden Ring, which is like frame rate. I mean, I guess all of them had other issues as far as like the Souls mechanics, and
I might
Sekiro
change the
fixes most of
design.
those.
Well, Azra, I mean, if you're just designing the monster and that's what you want to go with, that's fine. But like, I mean, like, just don't pull an out and be like originality is essential because like that's not like that doesn't sound very original. Okay, who is stronger, faster, and is a better leader? Ezio is arguably a better leader. As for faster and stronger, I think you can make claims Ezio is faster. But like honestly, I don't think there's any reason to believe the assassins are not relative to each other outside of feats. I think narratively they're supposed to be relative. Because I think even Ezio respects Altair's skill and ability. I think in the flashbacks to Revelations, I think he compliments Altair's skill. Although you could argue Altair's a better leader. Ezio led the Brotherhood for I want to say like 30 years, but I think his sister was leading the Brotherhood for a portion of that time, and he himself was also kind of retired. Ezio wins against Altair. Isn't skill relative to the time period? No, because Ezio would be claiming that he's skilled in reference to himself. Also, keep in mind the time period. Ezio didn't learn techniques from other lands that would have like given him an advantage. He would have just learned watered down techniques from Altair's era. But even then, like we're talking like just normal swordsmanship. We're not talking like crazy fucking like fucking I unleashed the fucking 47 dragons of fucking Cthulhu. Ezio
Yeah,
also
that
can
was fun.
cast gun. Well, this depends. Altair has a gun too, you know that, right?
Ezio has more guns.
Does Ezio ever even get like a double gun?
Uh, he gets double blades. I don't know about double guns. He gets like poison stuff.
You guys understand the gun Ezio gets in Assassin's Creed 2 and 3, and I think even Revelations, is based on Altair's gun design.
No,
If I remember correctly, Da Vinci makes it based off blueprints he found, like you get from Altair. Yeah, you find out in Revelation that Altair made the gun as an old man. He made it to compensate for his like old age. Oh yeah, I ended up getting a 12. I ended up getting a 13 out of 15 on the PowerPoint, or 13.5 out of 15.
Oh, that's pretty good.
So I just gotta do one. I just gotta do one more quiz for that class and one more assignment, and then I think I'm golden. Yeah, but Ezio's John Wick, and he also has lots. And he also. Hmm, I can't read that. And he also had them a lot longer than Altair. That wouldn't matter. A gun's a gun. Ezio wasn't exactly performing trick shots.
Not yet.
Well, no, like yeah, like Ezio's a thoughts on Spider-Man 2, a new game. Looks solid, but I wasn't really a big fan of Spider-Man PS4, so I'm not exactly jumping at the bit to get it.
You mean Arkham Asylum featuring featuring Spider-Man?
I mean, if we're being honest, after Arkham Asylum, every Spider-Man game started playing like Arkham Asylum, but that's like every superhero game. I wouldn't necessarily put that on Batman.
Ultimate Spider-Man in the corner, like I
Well,
cherish my uniqueness.
well, so this is the thing. If we're talking the counter strategy and shit, like if we're talking like the counter mechanic and gameplay and everything, that was made by Spider-Man first. Batman copied it and like made it better.
Hang on, I'm getting shot at. Why can't I guard while crouching? This is so stupid.
The Warriors having a similar combat system before everyone else. That's true. I think Altair is more skilled. I believe Altair sneaks up on the Templars at their own camp in terms of stealth. Yeah, it's like the light versus the loot situation. Don't or wait, are you
Web
suggesting that
design.
this is as close as Light versus Lelouch?
When was Light versus Lelouch ever close? Said no one who watched both series and analyzed them properly ever.
Ezio has better equipment, no? He's literally walking around with Altair's armor.
I want to do the. Okay,
Yeah,
I need
Altair
a little bit
literally
more.
shows up at the Templars camp.
Hmm. We need an even stealthier approach.
I think Assassin's Creed 1 was probably the best one overall in terms of like storytelling for sure though. Ezio has a tank. That is true. I see how it is. Thoughts on Disney making a solo Star Wars movie after Rey after the events of the sequel trilogy? Bro, who the fuck's gonna watch a movie about fucking Rey? She was like the worst part of the fucking trilogy. And that's not even a joke. Literally every other actor in in the new trilogy was better and more fun than Rey was as a character. Fucking Adam Driver was carrying that fucking franchise on his back, that poor bastard.
Shame they didn't let Moon Knight do his Moon Knight in Star Wars.
I mean, like I might go watch it, but I don't even watch Marvel movies anymore. I didn't even watch Across the Spider-Verse. I'm just like so tired with like fucking movies. They're too expensive. They're fucking. Now, granted, I'll probably go watch John Wick 5. I'll show up for John Wick. Keanu Reeves? I'll show up for Keanu Reeves.
They're not gonna make a John Wick 5. They're gonna make a spinoff.
No, they
At
already
the
announced
same
John Wick
thing,
5 is in the works, but it's probably going to be some form of an in-between
that
story.
bet that better not. Rather they just put John Wick down. His story's over.
Well, I mean, they did.
They didn't put him down hard enough, apparently.
Legends never die, Mangler. They just go missing in action.
And yet people bitch when they return.
I show up for a Doctor Who movie. There won't be a Doctor Who movie because Doctor Who doesn't work. Well, I mean, granted, like every episode of Doctor Who of nowadays, is literally like a movie linked. Movie about Revan. Bro, give me a movie about my boy Nihilus. That's a real movie.
Yeah, they can start writing dark side movies when they actually write the light and the dark side in an interesting moral dynamic rather than just black and white, good and evil. How about then?
No.
Fixing fucking George Lucas's worst mistake with Star Wars, making it copious amounts of like black and white, good and evil. Indulge the Grey Jedi, also known as some form of realism. Oh, sweet.
I think I
Okay.
think I think you're literally fucking like not giving George Lucas enough credit. I'll show up for a Spawn movie.
What am I giving George Lucas not enough credit for?
The dark side of the Force, even in George Lucas's fucking like time, wasn't inherently 100% evil. Palpatine was, but the
No,
rest weren't.
he's always, if you've listened to like every single one of the times that he talks about the dark side, he specifically refers to it as a means to corrupt people into
Yes,
evil and like as evil.
yes, it's a means to corrupt people because power corrupts. It's not like you understand Count Dooku's not considered a villain, right?
I'm aware because Count Dooku is a bit of a different story.
He
I'm
was
saying the
literally a
overall.
Sith Lord.
Well, so what I'm saying is that in the examples of his moral black and white system, which it basically almost exclusively is. Like let's be clear here. You've got
Okay,
one
listen,
example with
I
Count
will, I will,
Dooku.
I will grant you the main examples in the movies are predominantly evil. But you understand that the Chosen One's not supposed to bring light side to the Force, right? He's supposed to bring balance to it. So he was supposed to use
I
dark side and light
understand
side.
that, but even the way that he described like the Force and how it was depicted consistently was inaccurate with its lore. Because what the Sith are doing when they tap into the dark side is that they're just experiencing the full effects of the Force. They're giving themselves to it. It's just that the Force is so powerful and it's so like raw its form that it causes them to want to precipitate towards anger because that's the strongest emotion that they can use to control it.
You,
That's why when people tap into the
I
dark side,
feel like you're ignoring the nuances of the actual Sith that appear within the movies.
I'm not like Count Dooku. I would argue is the exception to the rule because his position is a political one.
Count Dooku is absolutely evil if we're referring to his Legends counterpart, given he wanted the Empire to be even more authoritarian than even Palpatine. Yes, because Count Dooku believed in peace. He witnessed how the Jedi's in action resulted in so many bad outcomes.
Love how you look at that like authoritarian. Yes, he believes.
No, that's not necessarily driven by evil. That would just be a political opinion that you would disagree with. And to be fair, it's one you can definitely take issue with. Nihilist, but everyone at the movie studio dies the moment he speaks. Do you really want a Nihilist movie knowing you can easily fuck it up, Zim? Bro, you want a female protagonist? Get the girl from Knights of the Old Republic 2, because technically, canonically, the Exile is a woman. And God, just make Knights of the Republic
Stab.
2 into a, what? What?
I said stab.
He stabs. Bro, just make Knights of the Republic 2 into like a trilogy, bro. You have a strong female protagonist. You have one of the smartest female characters in Star Wars history written out beautifully. And you got Nihilist, bro. What more do you want? What more do you need? Revan, both light and dark side are cringe. Nihilist, bro, the Force is cringe. Mandalorians would stomp current Republic. The one, if we're talking the old Republic Mandalorians that fought the Republic, yes, because it took not only the Jedi Order to get
Damn
involved
it.
in war, it also took Revan and Malik, along with several other Jedi. Because again,
I died.
technically, the Exile fought the Mandalorian Wars as well. Wait, did Mangler die? The hard death? That's a hard death.
Mangler, you mean you like some of the Legends canon? Some of it. Wait, what happened?
You died
Why am I back here? No,
because you're
like
a
this
failure.
isn't
You
supposed
died.
to happen. But why am I back here?
No, it's not even dark or light, dude. It was literally a warp in the Force. So this is where it gets complicated because I think even Kreia confirms Nihilus isn't even really a Sith at this point. He's just a thing. God, Nihilus was the coolest fucking character in Star Wars when I was a fucking kid. He had such a cool design and it was so basic, but gosh darn, that man left an impression. Like, he literally left such an impression, I'll still fanboy defend him against people who should arguably stop him. We need a
I just
Legend
lost.
Stars movies. Thrawn should have gotten his own movie, honestly. I'll always love the fact that Nihilus stomps out most Force users. It's just that the reason the Exile beats Nihilus is because the Exile is also a wound in the Force. So when he tries to absorb the Exile, he's like, "Oh, that's a familiar feeling. You're just like me. I'm in danger." Knights of the Republic 2 will always have the most interesting opinions on the Force and the most interesting Sith Lords. You literally have Nihilus who was consumed by his like fucking hunger for power and literally devours life itself. You have fucking Scion who through his sheer suffering of pain and determination can will himself to stay alive to the point where even if you slice him apart, he'll bring himself back. Or to be more accurate, you can't even slice him apart.
Just sounds like not writing the Force in a dichotomy.
And then you
Sounds
have
pretty basic.
Kreia, who's technically a Sith Lord, but she's like Scion is in Star Wars. Yes, a Scion who can't die is in Star Wars. It came out before League of Legends. I never really drew that parallel, but I wonder if that's where the name came from. No, because Scion originally wasn't like how he is now. I still remember League of Legends all those years ago. Emperor Videt's empire would destroy Palpatine's empire. The Old Republic, I think, is always considered stronger than the New Republic.
Because everything old is always considered better than the new
You know,
in
I
like
fucking
every
hate that.
single sci-fi
Yeah,
series.
I was about to say that is such a massive trend in sci-fi, but it's fucking true. The exceptions to the
I
rule
have
are maybe Palpatine and Anakin, maybe, and I guess Obi-Wan to some extent, but
so
that's still go on.
I have not read into like StarCraft or Dead Space or Mass Effect, but I guarantee you, if any of those series had like a previous advanced civilization, it'd probably be more advanced than the current one.
As someone who is a fan of the Mass Effect trilogy to some extent, let me tell you right now, the answer is yes. The Protheans, I believe they were called, or yeah, I think they're called the Protheans. They were literally considered way more advanced than modern society, to the point where modern society piggybacks off one of their designs.
Oh boy.
Um, Pantheon, for the most part, yes, seen as Valkyrian and Tenebrae are being by Dark Emperor Sidious, also Dark Krat.
Can I open this thing? Blocked.
I did not like Emperor Vitria. I did not like his existence as a fucking character. I like it was kind of hinted at, but I don't like because he would have lost to Revan if it wasn't for that one Sith Lord fucking pussy. Because for context, in the Darth Revan novel, Revan, the Exile, don't forget the Leviathan, the Reaper Zim. Well, they can fight the Reapers, but that's true. Because Well, they turned the proteins into the collectors. That was always an interesting thing there. And the collectors were technically more advanced as well, but they were just proteans who were corrupted by reapers. Always such an interesting fucking reveal when you find out the collectors are proteans. Yeah, but Mangler's right. That's a trend in sci-fi that older generations are always stronger. Like Warhammer suffers so hard from that.
Halo literally suffers from it as it's like one of the main things that drives the series.
Me looking at Master Chief doing what the Forerunners never could. Go
Me
on.
looking at the Forerunners crush Master Chief like a fucking plastic cup.
Me remembering who won between the Didac and Master Chief.
I'm sorry, you mean the Didac, a pulse grenade, Cortana, and the Master Chief.
Me looking at the Master Chief stepping up and beating fucking the
They
Didac.
didn't even kill the Didac, they just knocked him off the bridge.
Me looking at Master Chief killing the Didac.
He's not dead.
Source.
There's more canon that comes out afterwards. I'm getting it this weekend. I'll be at my house soon.
I like how impossible
Oh,
it is to understand Nihilus's words. That always made Nihilus so fucking cool, but also really fucking silly because you could dub over Nihilus. Because you can't tell if he's angry, upset, just impressed at the sheer audacity. Like, you could literally just interpret Nihilus any way you want.
so
Explode,
he's a
explode.
redditor.
What?
So he's a redditor.
He's a Redditor. You can't tell what his emotions are. He's too powerful. Darth Bane is a fucking loser. He literally ruined the Sith Order as a
Oh,
fucking joke.
oh, is that the guy that came up with the rule of two? The
Yeah, he
fucker
did it.
that blew up all of his Sith in like one room once he got them together?
He basically did it as a fucking joke. I think he even admits later on that the rule of two was like meant to like weaken the Sith as a whole. He
Yeah,
he
because he
didn't.
was a fucking
It,
idiot.
nah, bro. It was a prank. He just played the best prank on the Sith he could. It was a
And
prank,
then they're
bro.
just like, oh, wait, they actually took it seriously. Well, good thing I'm dead now. I
Darth
can
Bane
laugh at
being
my
like
grave.
prank successful. No, because I think he even insults Palpatine at one point that the rule of two was meant as a fucking joke.
Palpatine's like, no, but look how powerful I am. I'm like, that just means you're strong, bro.
Darth
You
Bane
should
looking
be
at
patting yourself
Palpatine's
on the back.
Darth Bane looking at Palpatine's dollar store fucking empire. Bro, imagine if you would have kept Darth Maul, fucking Dooku, and Anakin. Imagine how powerful your empire would have been, you fucking
No,
joke.
seriously, imagine if they were loyal to each other. Like, there would have been no fucking, like, there would have been Order 66, and there would have been no, like, problems.
Bro, if Palpatine would have actually just been fucking intelligent for more than 3 seconds and been like, wait, I gained so much more value by keeping my Sith Lords around instead of just using these dollar store Inquisitors.
What do you mean that I can hire new people from the Night Sisters and use them as a sister clan to front Inquisitors? I can have an army of Sith and different branches that work collectively together to fuck over the Jedi? Bro, how are we ever gonna lose? How are we gonna lose? Instead, he's like, yeah, we just need to kill them all so that I can take one new apprentice that's just gonna want to murder me for most of my lifespan. Wait, can you still hear me, or did it cut out? Hello? Wait, can you guys still hear me? Chat respond. Oh, okay. I can't. Okay. Heard. Just checking. I should probably spend some money on the vendors because I have almost a grand.
Sorry, my brother wanted to give his 2 cents there. To Bad Papi ganged him up and put poisoning him and doing it in his sleep. Malgus is base scene as he fought God tier Jedi like Hero, Typhoon, and Outlander. I can't do well for some reason. Malgus is a bitch. Bro, Malgus is just discount fucking Moloch. Look, Bane was just being silly when he came with the rule too. No, yeah, sorry, it's my brother wanted to give his 2 cents because he's like, the Sith are just all evil and that's it. Like, so that's why the rule 2 was invented because they were gonna betray each other anyway. So like, even if they're gonna betray each other anyway, I mean, still having more Sith around is still more beneficial on the fucking Inquisitors.
You're acting like the Sith actually work for each other's benefit. And they did at one point when they were written by significantly better writers.
Look, I'm just saying, even if you want to believe like they would have tried to betray Palpatine at one point, consider the benefits of having actual Sith people around instead of the Imperial Honor Guards. Consider every fucking platoon of fucking Empires being run by a Sith Lord who is like at least on par with a Jedi Knight, and it's just a fucking Dark Jedi Inquisitor.
I'm gonna be honest. Like Anakin being the chosen one wouldn't really matter if he had to fight someone like a buff Maul, Dooku, Sidious, and like a bunch of other Sith that were just as powerful as one another. Like it really would not matter.
Well, I was gonna say if Darth Maul and Count Dooku 2v1 Anakin, they probably would have killed him. Dart Bane resisting Soul Hack from the entire Sith Valley, laughing my ass off. Nihilus just casually being in a Sith holocron, minding his own business because he already would devour life anyways. That's adorable. I think at one point they find Nihilus's like holocron and they're like, "This guy was a Sith." Like this,
Wait,
are you guys sure this guy's a Sith? I know his holocron's here, but are you sure this guy's a Sith? He seems kind of fucking crazy. I can't understand the word he's fucking saying.
just
The
mumbles
Republic,
the
not the
entire
OG.
thing.
One fine. The Exile probably beat most people in the Republic. Question: is there a game you like, Zim, that Mangler doesn't like? Probably like turn-based strategy games.
I like turn-based strategy games.
Um, Probably hentai games then.
I don't like hentai games. There you go. Found some
Boom.
common ground. Or I mean, not common ground.
The Sith Lords. I had to just immediately go to adult content. The Sith Lords managed to run an entire galactic empire for centuries and did really well. It ran on merit. Okay, so if you're referring to the Galactic Empire, like during Palpatine's run, realistically speaking, the Galactic Empire was fine. It's just that like they could be assholes on occasion, but like I mean, what government isn't?
We're talking about the one that was presented after, like, with episode 4? No. No, they were not. They were pretty totalitarian, from I remember. They basically had the same justification that the Legion did, where they're just like, yeah, well, I mean, we keep you safe. And I'm like, that's not even true for the Outer Rim. Fuck out of here. Oh.
People looking at Nihilus's holocron like, what the fuck?
Anakin hadn't burned, Palpatine would have used Anakin the fact that he was a war hero in his campaign to take over the galaxy, which arguably would have made more planets okay with the Empire. Yeah. If
Uh,
This is the fucked up thing is that Palpatine is a competent politician. And okay. I guess in this case, it wasn't his fault that happened. Technically,
it kind of was. He probably
because
should. He probably should have like fucking. Well, I mean, he was a little too confident in Anakin's ability. He forgot that Obi-Wan had the high ground.
I don't think he knew Obi-Wan was alive. That that was the thing. And even then, even if Obi-Wan was alive, he probably figured like, yeah, no, Anakin's gonna beat him.
So this is
Then
where
Anakin loses, and he's like, damn it.
I love the way TV tropes actually talks about Nihilus's fucking holocron. A smuggler class mission involves a holocron made by Dark Nihilus, which is an incredible trick since Nihilus couldn't talk, had no interest in the Sith or their teachings, and wasn't even alive in the traditional sense. This makes it a running joke, as Darth Bane also found the holocron made by Darth Nihilus. People wanting knowledge from fucking Darth Nihilus talking. What the fuck is he saying?
What good is knowledge if there's a language barrier?
I don't think anyone even can like understand what Nihilus is saying. I think Nihilus just starts saying shit and they're like, what the fuck is he saying? Apparently Darth Krat got a hold of it. Oh, there's a mission in the MMO where I guess you pick up a fucking Datacron from Darth Nihilus.
I need to get a Mibu Bloom possession of wells. That should probably no, that will definitely help me make
Oh
some
no, so
moolah.
to be clear about Nihilus for a minute. His language is not incomprehensible. It's implied he speaks in an ancient language of the Sith that became erased. He just learned it by becoming like a fucking eldritch horror of the Force.
And that ancient language is translated through the power of incoherent mumbling.
It's just that no one's powerful enough to understand him. If Anakin burned away Palpatine, yeah, no, true. Nihilus definitely had a unique view about life for sure. Yeah, it was dinner. Is Nihilus a fodder? Okay, so I disagree with Nihilus being fodder because his life drain and force drain is unblockable. But technically, if we're talking raw power, lore wise, Palpatine and Vita, or the fucking Old Republic Emperor, should be stronger than him. But honestly, that's debatable. I don't even know if you could even kill Nihilus in the traditional sense. Because again, the reason the fucking exile could kill Nihilus is because he couldn't absorb the exile and he was already starving. Bro, he was basically Galactus on every single time humans beat Galactus.
You know, you say that, and I don't think you've ever actually seen what a starved Galactus looks like. You've seen a hungry Galactus. You've never seen an actual starving Galactus, have you?
Nihilus starving, and when the most powerful Force user comes to fight him at the time, literally can't absorb them. That's some bullshit. Nihilus was probably fucking flaming his teammates while he was fighting.
Oh, here we
Question
go.
for Question for you, Mangler. What are your guys' thoughts on two Force Unleashed games? I never played any Knights of the Republic games, but I have played Star Wars: The Old Republic. Is it impossible to interact with Nihilus unless you're wounded in the Force? Oh yeah, you can interact with him. You're just probably gonna fucking lose unless you're strong enough. Because there's cut content that was restored where Scion. Oh god, this is the funniest fucking thing. So Dark Scion walks up to Nihilus and he's like, I never needed you, Nihilus. I killed the Jedi on my own. You're a bitch. I don't fucking need you. And so Nihilus turns around from looking at at like the space and he fucking forced lightning's fucking Scion and force drains him at the exact same time, grabs him with the force while all of this is going on, yanks him over to him while doing both attacks simultaneously, and then just drops him and throws him back, and then turns around to look at space. And then Scion gets up because he's immortal, walks over to Nihilus, and just collapses. And then he gets up and is all like, yeah, whatever, and leaves. His only rival talked shit, and Nihilist just dropped his ass like it was nothing. Nihilist was over here like, thanks for the snack, bro. Although Sion's 100% right, Nihilist did fuck all in their partnership. It was dinner and lunch, breakfast, and even brunch. Is it possible to, unless you know how to resist Life Drain, you can't resist him. No, you don't understand. What made Nihilist so dangerous is that he was a wound in the Force. You couldn't resist his Life Drain even if you could resist normal Life Drain. His was irresistible. You mean the one where Anakin kills Palpatine?
Like it
Bro,
didn't need to be here.
Nihilus was probably happy someone was around to throw. He had someone to throw around. That's probably why he didn't just flat out kill him. It was cut content, but I'll still accept it as canon because it was a finished cutscene. It's just that there was just some content. Although Scion does imply that fucking Nihilus is stronger than him. He just doesn't think he's that much stronger. He says, "You with all your power, I did what you could not." Darth Treya lives. I fucking love the fact that Nihilus never looks at Scion. Scion's dropping all this information, and Nihilus is just like listening to him in the background. He's not even paying attention. It's not until he talks shit that he gets involved. Oh yeah, I should clarify something else regarding what I just said. So the life drain was focused on Scion. The lightning was a massive AoE strike that hit his own slaves. Nihilist infinite food supply. Thanks for a donation, Scion. Scion really thought he was him for a minute. Scion learned that day he was not, in fact, him.
What the hell?
For reals, Nihilus was just admiring space, and Scion had to be fucking rude. Scion had to square up and try and stab him. Nihilus is the Nihilus is the victim here. He had to actually put he had to put like 1% of effort in.
The hell? How did that clip me on the ground?
Wait, isn't Scion the one Sith Lord that looks like he got skinned alive? Yeah, because he basically was.
Why? Okay, you know what? This is bullshit. I'm literally like Mikiri countering him, and he's like, you know what? I'll just attack you anyway.
I'll just never get
Oh, wait,
over
did
the
I?
fact that Scion literally was like gets up and then just collapses afterwards. Like the ass whooping he received wasn't enough, I guess. Did Mangler hard die? He did.
There? No. Wrong.
Source.
I homeward boned away. I homeward boned away before I got boned for real.
Ah, I see.
I guess homeward idols is the correct term.
Nihilist, the unstoppable force. Scion, the immovable object.
Skill issue Mangler. Bro, I literally stepped on his spear, and that's supposed to add tons of posture damage. And instead, he's like, "No, I'll just push you off and then swing an underhanded strike." And I'm like, "That's bullshit."
Can Sauron understand Nihilus? I think he can. I think he can. I think he can vaguely make out what Nihilus is saying. Because otherwise, Sion is just assuming what Nihilus is saying, and Nihilus got offended because Sion misinterpreted his words. I'd be so curious how Nihilus would react to Rey with the power of all Jedi. He'd be probably be drooling. So this becomes a serious question of, do you believe that Palpatine absorbs Nihilus into himself when he gets the power of all the Sith? Because Nihilus is barely even a Sith Lord. Like, yes, he has a holocron, but I don't think he'd chill with the Sith. I think he'd devour them.
There we go.
Can Palpatine even absorb a wound in the Force? He shouldn't be. He shouldn't be able to do that.
Um,
We're talking about an entity that's literally alien to the Force itself. The Force, all Force users belong to me. Nihilus looks at the Force. Dinner.
oh, they added the antique map. I didn't know that was there.
I mean, it's literally implied that Nihilus is literally just what the Exile would become if fucking the Exile went full dark side. That's probably why the Exile could beat him, because the Exile was just like the exact opposite, but the same thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to cheese this fuck.
Oh yeah, I remember. Fucking Hollywood Riders are still on strike.
Yes. Not the doggos.
And also, For Honor finally got an Aztec character. And fuck that Aztec character, I hate him.
Yes, now I can heal from death blows. Finally. That'll make things significantly more productive.
Like, it's fucked if you argue the low 1C force. Nihilus smurfs everyone, Lamau. Always did.
There's a guy over here I keep missing.
All right, let's read this real quickly. Damn right, Nyla's being a beast. Mangler, what the hell are you doing?
Stealthing?
Question for you, Mangler. What is your favorite color for the lightsaber?
Hmm. Um, I think I'm gonna go with dark green.
Hmm, I'll probably say orange.
Alright, so this enemy is a bit too strong.
Oh yeah, that's right. Ubisoft. There was a controversy with Ubisoft recently, where apparently Ubisoft would delete all your own games if you were inactive on their account for too long, which is fucked.
Fucking. Ah, shit.
Also, imagine not using GOG.
There
Also,
we go.
freaking Thousand Year Blood War Arc seems to be progressing smoothly. They actually added Shinji's Bankai, since the fans desperately wanted to see that.
Even though he basically confirms he doesn't use it.
The fans really wanted to see Shinji's Bankai. That trash. Honestly, what was better was his use of the Shikai, because I don't think he does that on
No,
Aizen.
that Bonkai is way fucking better. It's just
Nah.
not better in a team battle.
Nah, bro. Nah.
Literally is. You don't know
Th-
what's happening, you just get fucked immediately unless you resist it.
Bruh. That Shikai is way better. That Bankai is trash.
Or what? In what capacity?
The Shikai actually works in 1v1s.
The Bankai also works in 1v1s. He literally establishes that he could just pretend to be your friend and then just stab you in the back.
Damn, bro. Then why didn't he use it on Aizen if you could just use it in 1v1s, bro? That's fucking crazy.
Because I think he makes it explicitly clear that
So it
if there
can't.
are other people
So
around him,
bro, he was by himself in the sky. What's the range on that Bankai? Let's be real
that
here.
Bankai's range is like, from what I understand, is like hundreds of meters. It's a very long distance because when he uses it in the manga, he affects a very large space. If he activated that, he would fuck over everybody. That's why when he talks about it in the Can't Figure Out Worlds novel, he specifically talks about it in the context of being outside the Serete's walls, closed off from everybody, having a formed battle formation line. And he said that would have been the best scenario is if he was out there by himself fighting all of them single handedly.
Maybe he should have told them, "Hey, back off. I got this."
I
Bankai.
think it had more to do with the fact that, like, you
Bro,
know,
that's not 1 kilometer, Lamau.
The Soul Society didn't really know he was
I I'm con
alive.
I'm convinced that the Bankai would not have reached the people below him. He's literally like hundreds of feet up in the air.
Bro, that's not 1 kilometer or 1,000 yards. I said like hundreds of meters. You understand 1 kilometer is not hundreds of meters, right?
I doubt his range is that massive.
It's not a kilometer. I'm saying it's like dozens to hundreds of meters. Because when he uses it in an area that like visually, from what it's shown from the valley that he's in, the enemies that are affected cover like a distance of like it's like it's a very long distance. It's like the distance of like a football field. It's not like but like it's long enough to where if he activated it and he hit anyone with it at all, that wasn't just Aizen, that could cause
Actually,
some massive repercussions.
I don't think it even works on the Quincy girl in the anime, and she's right next to her subordinates.
No, that's incorrect. He doesn't use the Bankai on her. He uses the
She's
Shikai.
right. She's in the vicinity though.
He uses the Shikai
Uh,
though.
no,
Also,
no, he don't.
the Shikai literally works on her.
No,
What are
in
you
the
talking about?
anime, she's there near him at the Bankai scene. Hang on,
When?
I'm looking this up.
He just uses it on soldiers.
No, Mangler, he can't control the range. Or are you going to claim now he can control who it affects?
No. She's not there.
Okay,
What are you
look at the
talking
anime.
about?
Let me look at the anime real quickly.
When
Let me
he
look at.
uses it on Bambi, Bambi's by herself. But he doesn't use his Bankai on Bambi, he uses his Shikai on Bambi, and she's completely affected by it.
Okay,
That's literally
what I'm referring to is that Bambi's in the general vicinity and she's not affected by the Shikai or by the Bankai when he uses it, which means that the
when
Bankai
is
range
she
can't
there?
be that fucking massive. And here's the thing. This is overseen by the author, so that would mean regardless this is a canon thing to use for his actual Bankai.
I don't disagree. What I'm specifically saying is that she's not there.
Mangler, for fuck's sake! He is in the sky when he is fighting Aizen! No one is near him! I am stating that the range of the Bankai would not
Actually,
have been
no.
massive.
Hang on. That's wrong. Gein's right there. Fuck out of here. Gein's
Then
right
that's
there.
even more. Then that's more value for him.
Not for
Also,
Google.
I don't think Gein's next to them in the sky unless the anime just really just.
Yes, he is.
No,
Yes,
he's
he
not.
is.
No,
Yes, he's
in
literally
the anime,
fighting Gein.
no one is near them in the sky.
No, that's incorrect. So in the anime, before he fights Aizen, he's literally fighting Gein about like 20 feet away from them.
I understand that, but what I'm saying is that in the anime, when they're up in the air, no one's near him. Elzim, it's not an L on my end. I'm literally fucking right. Shinji's Bankai's range isn't that
Show me
massive.
the clip of Bambi. Show
It
me the
would
clip of Bambi being there.
it doesn't matter because there's no one fucking
Yeah,
near.
yes, it does because you're
No,
claiming she's
you
there.
are
I'm asking you to show
claiming
me
the
proof.
range of Shinji's Bankai is so
I'm
massive. It would have
because I read
affected.
the novel and it shows you a visual of how big the
Then
area
guess
is.
fucking what, bitch? The anime retcons it.
No, because you haven't demonstrated Bambi was there.
Mangler, you are arguing that Shinji's Bankai would have affected all of the Soul Reapers during the fucking fake Katakuritan arc. Is that correct?
No. So the area that they're in particular is not large enough in that context. What I'm saying is that if they were like dozens, hundreds of meters, Hiyori, when she's hit in the air, falls all the way to the ground.
I'm looking up the fucking wiki to see what it says about his Bankai because I need.
Why the fuck are you looking up the wiki? Why would that even matter?
Because if there is a range given to this fucking Bankai, the wiki will say it.
It doesn't. I'm not gonna have this discussion with you when I'm playing fucking Sekiro. I mean, because we've already established that your dumbass doesn't read this or doesn't watch these things.
You Mangler. Don't be rude. I'm right.
No. If I started talking about like fucking Coder because I saw like a picture of like one scene and argued your
And
interpretation
you
was
know what?
incorrect without having
You know
any
what? You
context
know what?
of the
You
situation,
know what? You couldn't
I'd
give
be
a
wrong.
take in Coder that would be inaccurate based off a screenshot because everything in Coder was actually well written. Well, actually, wait. Are we talking Coder 1 or Coder 2?
Would it matter? I don't have the context of what I'm seeing.
Mangler, you have to understand, Coder is an exceptionally well written game franchise. I doubt you can find a screenshot that's so out of context it wouldn't make sense on its own. I understand the
I'm
logic
saying
you're
that I
trying to
wouldn't
present, but
understand the
Coder,
situation of what I'm looking at.
I understand, Mangler. I understand what you're saying, but Coder's actually a well-written franchise. I don't think you can find an out-of-context image.
Are you arguing Bleach isn't well written in this regard?
No, I'm arguing that Coder is exceptionally well-written as like a medium.
Doesn't
Also,
mean it's like
also,
fucking blatant.
Mangler. Have you played a Coder game at all?
Actually, I've played a little bit of Coder 1 like years ago.
Mangler. Let me assure you, there are very few like areas where you can find, if any, where you can find an out of context scan in this way. I understand what you're trying to say, but I'm just gonna correct you on this now.
You wouldn't be correcting me on the fact that it'd be out of context regardless.
Well, it wouldn't be out of context because there's nothing you could take out of context in Coder.
Wow. Bold claim.
By all means, try. Okay.
What does the wiki say? Because
Okay.
I've got the novels.
So all the wiki claims is that it has a large area effect that targets friend and foe alike without exception, and that it's nigh useless at best in any situation where he's not surrounded by hostiles, and outright dangerous if he has multiple allies with him. Even in a one-on-one fight, the Bankai can be dangerous to Shinji if his opponent is an individual who has no scrupulations against attacking an ally. Yeah, so okay, so then the better argument is that just wouldn't work on Aizen then.
No. I don't disagree that it wouldn't work on Aizen. He literally
Oh,
says
okay,
it
okay.
wouldn't. It's not strong enough
I
to work
need you
on enemies like Aizen and Yuha.
I need you to provide me at some point, not now. I need you to provide me the diagram because you're claiming there's a diagram given in the novel, right? Of like
Well,
its
it's
range.
like a visual. It's like a visual. So you see like all of the hollows that he's killing, and there's like a path of it, like let me see if I can use this example. So you see a path. You see where Sekiro's standing on the screen, right?
Yes.
You see like a destroyed path of hollows littered left and right. I want to say about this long to maybe all the way up to that wall. Like it's a very long range, but
Hang on.
it's not like obscenely long.
Okay.
So in this,
So then yes. So then the position. If okay, if we assume that's the range, that's like that's like maybe like a fourth of a football field being as generous, and I don't even think it's that long.
this no, that would easily be a football field.
No, would it? That's not 100 yards.
Hang on. Well, I mean, this isn't straight, so technically we'd have to account for some things. Oh my god, I don't know if I could. Sekiro walk. This is my normal walking speed. It's very. Yeah, no, I could easily get to it. Yeah, wait. I have to account for elevation. Fuck.
I don't. Let's say at best that's a football field. Let's say it's a football field. I don't think it is, but let's say it is. I don't think it's enough cheeseburgers, but let's say it is.
I'm sorry. What is that about the cheeseburger? What the? What
I'm
does that have
sorry.
to do with anything?
I measure things in American.
Continue. I'm disappointed, but continue.
So what I'm saying specifically is fucking realistically speaking, Shinji's not close enough to anybody for his Bankai to be like that dangerous during the Katakuri Town arc in general. So the range isn't all that massive. Like that, if that's the cop out they want to give, fine. But like, realistically speaking, he was just a tool.
The general reason that he doesn't choose to use it is because it can cause that to happen.
Also,
And
so just confirmation that his
also
Bankai is
because
useless.
it's also banned in the Soul Society generally. So
Oh yeah. So is he. You think he cares?
I mean, he literally says that if he were fighting like one on one, so in most versus scenarios, his Bonkai would be useful because he could just like pretend to be the person's friend and then stab them back. The only time it doesn't work is if a person specifically is either resistant to the effects of the Bonkai or has like no concept of an ally. Like they just don't care for any friends and everyone is considered their enemy. So like a very specific individual or being to just resist it flat out. Which in a one on one, I feel like that's not really too many people. I'll just stab you. Why do all these enemies get fucking aggroed? Can you die? Why did that pull me out of that right when I was fucking. That pulled me right out of that into a vulnerable state right when the animation ended.
Actually, so then I have a better question then. Does Shinji's Bankai or Shikai get stronger over time or not?
What do you mean stronger over time? Like,
Because in
does
the
it get more
anime,
powerful?
fucking Aizen says
Oh,
it's a
oh.
visual, but in the fucking Thousand Year Blood War arc, he's literally able to change.
So he can train it to give it new abilities.
Well, that's what I'm
He
saying. So is
basically
that what he does?
well, so his Shikai, he claims in the anime, and even in the anime, it's not just a visual one. Technically, Aizen's wrong. He's already able to change Aizen's sense of smell, and he claims that if he were to train it enough, he could even affect like people's sense of temperature. But by the events of the Thousand Year Blood War arc, and by the events of Camp for Your Own World, he's able to change people's hearing. He can also change like their perception of hearing and a bunch of other things.
That's what I'm saying.
He
Like,
he just
so then,
claims in
yeah.
general like he could just train like more efficiently with it and could make it better and better and better and keep adding new abilities to it.
Oh wait, she survived the Thousand Year Blood War arc.
Who?
The fucking bomb chick.
Bambi? I mean, if okay, so do you consider being a zombie to survive? Do you consider being a zombie surviving? If so, then yes. If not, then no.
Wait. Are the Quincy's still around after Thousand Year Blood War arc? I assume they all
Yeah,
died.
yeah. Some of them are around. Some of them did not get hit with the Ashvallen. Some of them managed to. Well, okay, they get hit with the Ashvallen, but some of them aren't hit with it directly. They just lose their Volstandig, but they keep their Shrifts.
So how many
There are a
Quincy's are
few of them.
so how many Quincy's are still around then after the Thousand Year Blood War? Because obviously Uryu's
I'm
still
gonna
around.
say around half a dozen, give or take.
So who survives then? I'm assuming does Bambi stick around after the novel, or is she dead? Or is she just like resurrected as she dies?
Bambi is a zombie. She's a
Okay.
zombie.
So is she still a zombie after the novel or not?
Yes, because I
Okay.
think Giselle is also still around, and two or three of her friends are still around. Well, actually, almost all of her friends from that group of chicks are alive. I think Grimmy is alive, as well as the guy that tries to restrict Aizen. He's also alive. I don't know how the fuck Grimmy was alive though. Well, actually, I guess his brain capsule was intact, so technically he's still alive. Wait, is Sparta here in the chat? I actually have a question for him.
No, currently not.
Oh no.
Wait, so then who? Which of the fucking Quincy girls actually does die then?
Uh, I don't think any of them die. Well, except for Bambi. Well, actually, no. Bambi's still alive when she gets turned into a zombie. Technically, Bambi never died.
So you're telling me he let all the waifus live?
Well, we thought he killed one of them because she looked like she got her stomach punched out, but then it turned out she was alive, according to Camp for Your Own World.
starts telling me that Udio now has a harem.
What do you mean, Uryu?
I know, I'm kidding. These are the only sketches?
No, these are not the sketches I'm talking about. That's wrong. Hang on. I'm gonna have to do everything myself. Jesus Christ.
Paying. Oh wait. Well, most of it was still on there. Sounds like a rare W. Bro, most of my takes are W's, bro. I'm usually right about most of the shit I say. You guys just can't comprehend true knowledge.
I don't like people who are ignorant. Sorry.
What's
Just my
wrong?
shtick.
Well, so you talking a lot of shit over there.
Does confirm that the area he's in is referred to as a vast white sea composed of a tremendous number of monstrous corpses, and it's in a valley of the Kyogoku. So it's generally a pretty large area. It's not a small like room size location. Let's see if I can find some sketches. What time is it?
You can just send it
Uh,
later, Mangler. It's fine. Wait, he got
Doesn't
the
exist in the
structure
photo.
deck for the Red Dragon Archfiend? Is that already out?
Shouldn't be. Doesn't come out until like September, unless
What's up?
somebody's a little sus.
Well, this is a YouTuber.
Yeah, no, he probably got it as like early product.
Oh no, okay, he bought the JP version.
Oh,
Yeah, I was gonna say like
disappointing.
I unironically wouldn't mind buying a buying that structure deck. I wouldn't mind getting some like making a Red Dragon Archfiend deck. I'm still missing a synchro deck.
Here we go. Let's get him. Let's get him.
The only problem is that with my other side video, I really wish someone would looked over the script because there are some parts where I feel like the reasoning's a little weak. I mean, like there's all evidence for it. It's just that like could have used a second opinion. Next time when I ask for feedback, I'll well actually Mangler gave me some feedback I remember earlier on, so like that helped out a little bit. But next time I'm gonna have to send like specific questions with like specific evidence to these people so I get feedback. That's why when I do my Itachi versus Toki video, you'll know it's the right answer. Oh God. I fucking hate Naruto. It's not terrible. It's just that like fuck Itachi. Fuck Itachi in particular. He killed his family for no good reason.
Damn it.
Is that Mangler's death? Is that Mangler's second death?
Oh, that is just kind of stupid. Can this enemy? Oh, wow, he actually got hit by that. There we go. I have to kill him here. What the hell? Actually, you know what? You know what? It'd be better. It'd be better to fight him elsewhere.
Also, Resident Evil has its own version of demonic desires, mutations, and representations of person's mental states. Yeah, that's why Nemesis fucking desired to be a fucking beast. And he was.
Yeah, that didn't do anything. Okay. I'm gonna have to come back when I have like a ludicrous amount of posture damage because this seventh spear is just so fucking tedious to deal with.
I have not read the Nemesis manga yet because unfortunately I have not been able to find it online.
Or is it abandoned dungeon? There we go.
I'll never forget that Carlos literally changed his face and everything. Longadex has it.
All right, here we go. Down to the abandoned dungeon we go. No.
Or buy the manga and learn Chinese.
Of course. Just learn Chinese.
Bro,
Just do it.
I'm barely learning basic Japanese, bro. I can't do Chinese. Although Chinese will be easier actually.
Was this flame barrel memo? No. There's way too much death and dying people over here.
Simplified Chinese, bruh. Oh, I had the game muted the entire time.
What are you doing here? Of all places.
Yeah, let me finish this homework assignment.
Are you perhaps a shinobi?
I am not a shinobi. I am a
Might you be willing to take on
samurai with no armor.
I've been tasked with the preparation of a medical treatment using the rejuvenating waters. I'll get to the point, my dear shinobi. This is a letter I received from the particulars are contained.
Oh god, I hate learning about fucking toxic masculinity and gender shit in my teaching classes.
My dear, the details are considering the
Ugh.
Yeah, I agree that the less we know about each other, the better, considering you're surrounded by what is effectively a pile of bodies.
No, it's fucking no. It's not gender issues in that way. It's like I have to read an example of a teacher in an elementary class, like letting students break themselves up into gender groups by their own choice, and then when the boys start saying that they're letting the girls win, when the girls start going ahead, I'm supposed to knock that down as like toxic masculinity because they're not just like saying the girls are winning. They're like their pride won't allow it. And it's like, bro, shut the fuck up. I don't care. The kids don't care.
They kind of do.
Well, then maybe they should be smarter.
They're children. They don't know
Yeah.
better.
Well, what do you mean don't fucking know better? It's okay to have a little pride in your fucking abilities.
No. I'm not saying that. I'm just like, the idea is like, hey, we let you win. I'm like,
Also,
get outta
statistically
here.
speaking, girls are usually smarter than boys in younger ages anyways. They mature faster on average, and they literally are just better at learning.
What the fuck does that have to do with anything?
Because that's the whole point, is like, fucking, what am I gonna tell fucking, like, I mean, like, well, what does it like, the boys aren't gonna be ahead for the most part anyways, with a few exceptions. Why would I fucking really care about them, like, making excuses to make themselves feel better?
I mean, don't you want them to learn?
Well, yes, but they're still learning regardless. But like it is, so this is a competition between boys and girls to finish an assignment first, and the girls are ahead by several problems. Why am I gonna go to the boys and be like, "Hey, don't make excuses with your toxic masculinity"? Because that's what some teachers do nowadays. They actually say it like that. My friend's a teacher, and like
Well, so are they just saying like, yeah, we let you win when they're consistently losing? I mean,
Yeah.
at that point, just call them, don't be a sore loser then.
Don't be a sore loser, motherfucker. It's like, what am I gonna tell them? Hey, stop. Hey, listen. Don't be a sore loser. You're too stupid to get ahead in life.
No, just like, don't be a sore loser. It's okay to improve. Like, maybe better luck next time.
Mangler, they've done this multiple times. According to the example,
Better
they've
luck
lost
next
multiple
time.
times. Sit them down with the Dark Souls game and be like, listen, it's time for you to get good in education.
No, I don't believe in child abuse, and that's definitely abuse of child, forcing them to play Dark Souls.
No. Tell them to grind and give them away worldly karma. It's like, abandon human instinct, become monkey, ascend.
You. Yes, you. Those of the Senpo Temple have strayed. They have abandoned their faith, seduced by a search for immortality. Should you be captured, there is no telling.
Oh, thank you, random poster.
Would do well to return.
Do you often spend time talking to random posters?
Not stop you from entering.
Not often.
Determined to do so.
When I do it fabulously. They will achieve one with the universe and pass the exam. If you're achieving one with the universe, I think you got bigger problems to worry about than an
If
exam.
you're achieving one with the universe, you still fail the exam because you didn't get the answers exactly the way the teacher wanted. So then, by becoming one with the universe, you slowly crush his entire existence into atoms. But I'm not petty.
We will pray for your safety.
Aren't you the teacher in this example?
I know. That's why I'm not petty. I'm okay with this.
You seem like the person that has no sense of their well-being.
I have plenty of sense of my own well-being. You know what's stupid? That people think Dozen Miles only killed 3 people?
Will of the universe. Sorry.
Listen, bro. I walk up to the Buddha and I'm like, bro, I'm the enlightened one in the heavens. And then he proceeds to crush me because his hand palms the world. And then as he crushes me, I laugh because that means he's now above worldly desires and Nirvana was a lie.
Like I said, no concern for your well-being.
It's okay, because there are some things worth dying for, and proving the Buddha wrong is one of them.
All the religions you could choose to have a problem with. Why the fuck was Buddhism the hill you decided to die on?
Well, I mean, because technically you're supposed to kill the Buddha if he resurrects.
Oh yeah.
So I don't think he'll mind. You know what's... Yeah, no, okay, but when you cosplay as a Dachi, when the students start dying, but you cosplay as a Dachi, so you just say it's just being base, bro.
Why are you crying? Everyone's gone. I'm all alone. Who's everyone? Everyone? Huh? Who? Spinning red and white flowers. Only one pure white flower. What?
My head hurts too, but it's from this conversation, and not from whatever you were talking about.
I've got to find the pure white flower.
Yeah, this is his quest line. I'm sorry, child. I cannot help you with your flowers. I have to go kill your monk companions.
Oh, hey man, you doing okay? Yeah, I'm a little depressed, but thankfully my friends are around. Hey, that's okay. We'll go ahead and kill all your friends so that way you have no one to comfort you. Like, they say he only killed Lucy, Daniel, and the scientist dude. However, he's supposed to kill all the guards he fought in order to get to his dad, which we have no reason to assume he didn't kill. Well, this also fails to account for the fact that, like, when you're in the Animus, you technically are taking action, so every person they kill, he kills as well, technically. And also, yeah, you're assuming he didn't kill, like, anyone he was fighting. We're going with the Batman argument here that, like, fucking Batman doesn't kill anybody.
No, he just sends them to the hospital like 50 times and they just get crippled for life.
So, like, it's okay. I don't kill anybody. I just cripple them financially, physically, and emotionally.
I think there are several instances throughout his comic lines where he has actually killed people or has put them on life
Bro, did
support
this
to where they're
asshole
basically a
make another
potato.
video?
Who?
Oh.
Mm.
Oh, he just made a, he just made a, he just made a new remake of Why No One Plays the Egyptian Gods in Yu-Gi-Oh! But
Oh,
here I am.
DZ.
But here I
Yeah,
am,
I'm
playing the
just
Egyptian
like,
Gods.
really wants to milk that content. But I kind of liked when he stopped making a lot of those videos of why no one plays these, because it really shows like his level of Yu-Gi-Oh knowledge when he starts talking about cards that he thinks are bad or not good.
Serious question, is
It's
it
like,
really right to introduce toxic masculinity and gender when kids have no clue of him or herself yet? No, of course not. You should not include gender studies or anything of that sort to a child. But that also includes sex ed on every level, which shouldn't be taught to students until like the end of middle school, if then. Honestly, sex ed shouldn't be taught till high school either. Gender concepts should not be taught in general. You shouldn't. So this is the
people
problem with
gotta
that
know what's going on with their bodies.
you should. Well, so you usually hit puberty by the end of 6th grade for most people. But I still think, so I understand why sex ed is taught in 6th grade, but I feel like teaching it so early on kind of causes problems in its own,
You
like,
clearly never hit the late bloomers that are just like, let me just grow to 6 foot, full mustache and everything by 15.
bro, we only had early bloomers where I was at. I knew fucking Mexican kids who had full grown mustaches, and they were just like, good
There
friends.
were people that like left for the summer vacation like a normal person and came back a giant. Like, right? I was like, what happened?
No need to introduce sex when kids nowadays are already having offsprings and losing virginity, lol. Bro, kids today do not look right. When I was like 13 or 14, kids look normal, but some young kids nowadays are looking way too developed from what they used to be. I have to question if that's because of knowledge or if that's because of the chemicals in our food now become like increasing like hormones.
What was I going to do
Because there's an argument
again?
there's more estrogen in the food system nowadays. I don't think testosterone makes it around too often. Probably for the best though. Testosterone can lead to complications.
What are you talking about? Don't you like an additional dose of aggression, anger?
Of course. But I'm already naturally angry. I don't need to go Super Saiyan on fucking testosterone. This is me with testosterone times 1, and this is me after eating a cheeseburger, testosterone times 5. Even if you assume he didn't kill any guards during his way to his dad, there's still like 4 guards with the scientist dude, and Desmond used the apple against them. That means they've ever known 4 more kills. Yeah, Desmond's a murderer.
To the top of Ashina Castle. Well, that
You couldn't ball at 16, 17? Bruh.
I hope that's not a 7 spear up there. I would like not to die. Oh, I'm getting attacked by people. Worthless. I've killed so many of their soldiers at this point. I would feel guilty, but I gotta go save a child's life, so I'm less inclined to feel guilt at the moment.
You're not one of the samurai of this castle, are you, friend? You look like a shinobi. A skilled one at that.
That's right.
In that case, some unfortunate things happened, and now they're after me day and night. I'm at the end of my rope here. I tell you, these Ashina samurai got a stick so far up their...
Grand Desert Mile destroys John Wick. Keep in mind I said destroy, not simply win. No, I don't think so.
Of course, I make my take care of that, and I'll let you. Of course, I make
Did I not kill everyone here? Oh, I guess I did miss somebody. Okay, I think we finished them. Oh,
Also,
shit,
Mangler, so
everybody.
what exactly does Mayuri develop that makes him better than fucking Kisuke during the Thousand Year Blood War arc?
He develops a, not an artificial soul, but a new, like, complete being that can, like, continuously evolve. Like a true person, essentially.
Isn't that the whole point of his fucking Nemu chick or whatever?
Yes. That is the person he makes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, it was just... that was basically his dream. I mean, granted, he does things on the daily basis that match everything that Kisuke does. He just claims that's something that surpassed, that Kisuke was never able to accomplish.
Kisuke was never able to make a real person. Kisuke not wanting to tell him that he created Mayuri. I'm just saying, bro. Mayuri's artificial, bro. He's not human. He has no well, what even is his backstory?
He is a criminal that's found in the maggot's nest. That's what you know of him. You don't know how he got there. Well, actually, no. You know he was trained by Shinjamaru, one of the Zero Squad.
Imagine if if the new fucking Bleach arc, like Kisuke's he's like, I made something you couldn't, but Mayuri, I made you. Mayuri just dies on the inside because now everything he does is just gonna be bust for Kisuke.
Myers just like, okay, then I'll just make another one of you then. And then I'll kill it, just to prove a point.
Kisuke being like, I see this as an absolute win. Who would actually win between Desmond and the new girl?
Only one of me.
Was the main character Mario Saints Assassin's Creed? I think Desmond would, but I could be wrong on that one. Aren't the kids in the shop people he made?
Yes.
I think the position
But
here is that
artificial souls.
I guess sup, Eric. I think the argument is that she is like ever evolving, whereas well, actually, those kids grow up, don't they?
They do, but like the specific point of like Nimue is that Nimue was programmed just to follow orders, but she was intended with the idea of evolving. So she spent a good chunk of her life just existing with like one directive. And then eventually over time she started becoming more than just that person. She started having her own emergent information and thoughts. She became more than just a programmed device.
Aren't the others pretty fucking humanoid too?
Yeah, but that we don't know what intention they were made with. They just seem to be artificial souls.
People back
Like
then
they're
used to
just
have
like
tons of
mod
offspring
souls.
in their life. Yeah, they did.
Oh my god. Fucking enemy. That was annoying.
Oh, that's funny. In Tropic Thunder, the guy who is the like pyro like technicians expert for special effects. Apparently at the end of the movie when they're at the award ceremony, you can see in the background he's holding an Oscar in his seat, which means he won an Oscar for special effects.
It's funny.
Apparently the cast is open to doing a fucking Tropic Thunder too if they ever decide to come back.
Bro. Give me that movie.
We need a Lex Grossman spin-off movie. Yeah, because you don't even have to do the blackface anymore because technically at the end of the movie, Robert Downey Jr.'s character is more like at peace with his own existence.
What the fuck was his problem in the movie again?
I think I think he lacked validation in his own self because he kept acting to try and like become better, but like he lost track of who he was as a person. That's why he went through with the blackface surgery because like he stopped being himself and he started being the character of whatever role he was in.
Oh yes.
But that's all I remember, honestly. I could be wrong.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
That's why I always find. I think Robert Downey Jr. doesn't apologize for it, if I remember correctly, and Ben Stiller doesn't apologize for the movie either. Because the movie calls out the blackface, so I don't think it's really an issue. Like, you literally have the black guy pointing out that they had one role for a black guy and they casted an Australian in it.
There's literally a scene, I think, where he confronts him on the blackface, and he starts talking like he's also black. The black guy's like, "What are you? What are you? What do you mean?"
What do you mean, you people? Yeah, and then like the black guy is also, if I remember correctly, he was gay, and the other actor was
I'm glad.
the other actor was a drug addict.
Woo.
Goodbye.
Jack Black's actor, his character was a drug addict.
A mechanical.
Did you try TF2? I did.
The versatile I can use very
It's weird.
purifying agents. So if you find
I tried Spy. It's just weird. Because it plays like a hero shooter for sure.
Need more money. Don't care. Exhaust your dialogue. I know you're suffering from a disease that was definitely caused by my repeated deaths, but it's fine.
Should I play a sniper sim? Show those COD skills. So, Mr. Mangler still in the beginning? He is.
There we go. Finally.
Yeah, no. Literally, the next question about this class is like, how would transgender people feel about being fucking like put into groups like this? It's like, bro, fucking none of these kids are fucking transgender at this point. None of them even care about gender.
Are you teaching 5-year-olds or are you teaching like 14-year-olds?
So I think this is 5-year-olds for this example.
Okay, that's I probably don't know. They don't really start figuring that shit out until they're like 9, 10, really. But
Well, let me see
some
the
kids
example.
can some kids technically can start figuring that
It's
stuff out a little bit earlier. Because there are early bloomers that happen like in their 10s and their preteens.
They are both kids, Mangler.
Where's both kids? You understand that when puberty happens, it doesn't take like
my god! I can't.
it doesn't
No.
care what age you are.
No, so the literal examples are like, keep in mind that he used the term guys to refer to the class, which is a soft example of bias. Why? Why, if it's used to refer to everybody, why is that a soft example of bias?
I'd assume because it's towards masculine-driven terms.
And
probably.
threatening to set the seats based on gender, assuming that doing so will make the class unhappy, which was not so subtle. That's not subtlety! Boys don't like girls at that age!
They believe they will give them cooties or something. I don't remember what the actual excuse is. They start opening up a little bit more in like the intermediate area of school. Where's my fucking... Vault over is not very good. I'm not taking that one. I have block? I have mid-air block. Yes, I do. Okay. Nightjar Slash is not really good. I don't like that one. Oh, yeah. I have combat arts, but my combat art isn't really that great.
If I was a teacher, I'd call them all nameless ones. If dude, when I become a
Nameless.
teacher, I'd give them a gender neutral hit. I'll just call them mouth breathers.
Great. Now they won't grow up with any sense of self-respect. They'll all be equally pissed. Did that fucker have armor and suicide bomb? Why did they give me an enemy that could explode and just armors? Suggesting leaving California, maybe avoid Texas, since the need of drinking water seems to be considered as a skill issue there. There's a lot more reasons to avoid Texas, especially on the educational level. Texas is kind of a hellhole for teachers. I mean, granted, they probably accept them in an instant because they're desperate to have anybody. But, that's also because they're kind of like whitewashing and a bunch of other shit. Okay, why is this not working?
I might also just call them all Ren. Why are you like this?
Skill issue. Again, Mangler.
Just call them brats.
Listen, this dude has more health than he should. There we go. Okay, got him. There we go. See, no skill issue. Wait, let me go to... You stop? You're done. Killed you. Killed you.
Zam, just wait until they ask me. Then, oh boy, I won't be a teacher anymore. Bruh. Listen,
You
Pimp
planning
Demon,
to be
don't
a
worry.
teacher?
I'll make Ren a likable, better character. Don't worry. I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
Yeah, it'll be like 3-4 books from now when his entire backstory is explained and there was a legitimate reason for whatever scenes he was weird in.
There's no legitimate reason for why he did what he did. His mother didn't love him, and he basically just found a family with other people, and then just wanted their approval. That is his backstory. He was a
Not
kid committing.
even willing to deny it, are
He
we?
was a kid. He was a kid committing crimes and horrible human acts because he wanted the people who like took him in to love him, basically. And to be fair, they did, but he didn't have to do that for that. They actually grew fond of him on their own.
Only
What
he
a bit.
realized that the true heart was inside him all along.
I mean, yeah, until Alexander punched it
Whatever
out.
that corny shit is.
The truth,
You just
you
died?
know, maybe the real treasure was the friends we made along the way.
I mean, doesn't his story imply that he didn't make any friends along the way?
No, he had friends. It's just that because he rather cared about his family, he ended up selling his friends into like slavery and like enslaving their families and stuff. Yeah, no,
So
yeah,
he didn't have friends
no,
at the end.
at the end he didn't have friends. I mean, yeah, I guess that's fair. I should start reading the Halo Forerunner saga before Mangler complains again. You should. Because what if we say something wrong? Like, you know, Master Chief being better than the Forerunners in every way, shape, and form.
Listen, I have to listen to the fucking Samaj over here saying Rookie recorded the Forerunner War when he wasn't even alive. So I'm sure there are worse things that you could say. Wait, so can you really say he's making friends along the way if the friends that he makes along the way, like, because the journey goes, you know, maybe the real journey was the friends we made along the way, which kind of implies the arduous task that you took was meaningful because the journey itself was meaningful. But if the journey is ruining other people's lives, is it really that meaningful? Is it really that meaningful?
It was to him.
I don't want to go down in there. Ooh. Enemies, though. Wait, I can go over there.
Rookie did record the Forerunner Wars.
Why would Rookie even record the Forerunner Wars? Why would he even care? Even if he was alive. Can you please die? Okay, thank you. Alright, I think I've gotten enough resurrection nodes. Almost enough resurrection nodes, at least. To get this. Wait, I'm gonna save this because I have to talk to what's his name.
Apologies did everything wrong. I know he did nothing wrong. Please, Mangler, please don't change my mind.
You wouldn't even believe that even if you read the original stories. Because the first strike makes it very clear that Halsey is to blame for, like, Kelly's kidnapping, and that was a dick move. Every character on screen is like, yeah, fuck that. Even John's like, yeah, I'm not going to defend Halsey on that one. I think he first tries to come up with a reason for why Halsey does it, and then he's like, yeah, never mind. She probably shouldn't have done that.
Everyone looking at Hosley. Hosley, why are you a fucking monster?
was like, but we have to win. I'm like, but the war is over.
Positively, why are you still kidnapping children after the fact?
Like, the Forerunner technology? Yeah, whatever.
About the... It's ours. You just win your battle. I hope it can be... About the... It's our school. If you just win your battles. I hope it can be...
He says there are no hard school rules of fighting. I'm like, okay, so there can be no dishonorable way to fight then. Duly noted. So if I hear any of you complaining about any restrictions on how I choose to fight, I know you're being hypocrites.
No work for 3 weeks now? Hey, that's pretty good, man.
Let's see what kind of skills we have acquired. The Ashina arts. Ichimonji. Yes.
So, Pimp Demon, regarding the second book, I just have like 10 more pages to work for the second draft. And
It's not
that's it.
double.
And then I'll do the third draft, and then I'll be golden.
You know what? Oh, I'll just go to the Senpo Temple. It's fine. It's not Ichimochi double, but I'll take the single. Single's still good.
Yeah, so once I finish the second draft, I just gotta reread it, edit out all the typos. And then I'll add a few sentences in a paragraph here and there, and then I send it over to Kyle, and then Kyle tells me how terrible it is, and then we move on from there. I think on this third run through though, I'll finally be able to get Maximilian to a position where I think he's an acceptable villain, or at least an acceptable antagonist.
Yes. You die? Okay, thank you. Well, where did all these other monks come from? God, I forgot how broken Ichimonji is.
Oh, New Vegas video when? So I'm gonna say it like this. Once I get the
Specifically.
Aerosite video done, all I have to research for New Vegas is literally just power armor.
And the Legion.
Just power armor.
And the Legion.
Just power armor.
I hear you. Counterpoint. Also the Legion.
No, because because I'm doing the house run, or my courier is gonna be doing the house run feed, so I wouldn't even worry about the Legion because I'm not even supposed to fight them in a house run. I
Are
mean,
you
granted, I
just...
could argue that the courier could still kill Caesar, but like, I mean, okay, so what
No,
is?
no, I mean, like, Caesar has dialogue about the paladins and shit like that.
Oh, yeah, but listen, yeah, but that's just like I don't even have to play the game. I'll just listen to Caesar talk for like 30 minutes. Which, granted, that's not even a bad thing.
Okay, we've got a lot of Akko sugar. That's pretty good. I can use those damage buffs to really crush his defenses. Because that 7 spear Ashina soldier is very... He's very tanky in terms of his posture and whatnot. His posture does not go down easily. It recovers insanely fast. He's got heavy defense. And he's got really, really good parries. So that's going to be annoying.
Patriots and Sin Modders just got a new content exclusive to Japan to the West. Nice. Courier kills NCR leader because he wanted the courier to pay taxes. Hey, oh shit, I was supposed to do that? What were we supposed to do?
All these fucking bugs are screwing up my lock on.
I've never done a Legion run in New Vegas. It's the only. I've played New Vegas repeatedly. The only run I've never done is a Legion run. I probably should do a Legion run at some point.
You'll only enjoy it if you hang out with the White Glove Society. Otherwise, evil karma runs in literally every other Fallout game are just better.
The cons runs, the great cons don't have a run.
They probably shouldn't. That's gross.
Is October fresh over the clock? Rice for me, that's rice. If something else needed.
Crazy old lady. Check.
Yeah, so all I have to research are power armor and death claws, and then I'm golden. Because everything just scales to power armor and death claws anyways. Would the mortal blade work on the bearer of the curse? Mangler, go.
It can kill like multiple different types of. It can negate multiple different types of immortality. But I believe the bearer of the curse can technically survive being killed by divine-based beings and can still resurrect from the bonfire. It would probably work on most undead in Dark Souls, though, except for like the Dark Souls protagonists. Of course, you have to also be immortal to use the immortal blade because when you unsheath it, it kills you instantly.
Can't even pierce the bearer of the curse? Damn.
Probably not. I'm just saying, like, if you were to put him in a scenario where he could actually fight, like, Dark Souls characters, if he had enough AP, he could probably just kill them flat out. Because he basically can fight, like, every single type of immortality in this game. Resurrected, parasitic, undead, regenerative. Like, pretty, like, also immortality through eternal youth. Like, it can negate I think like 5 or 6 different types of immortality exist in this game, because the main plot of this game is, at least for the Ashina part, is that they're trying to find some way to save their nation, and they're desperately trying to produce a method via the rejuvenating waters of the Divine Child. And as a result, they're basically causing various offshoot versions of immortality to be reproduced through like controlled experiments. When they're only trying to achieve one, but their experiments failing caused multiple different versions of them to emerge. And the Immortal Blade is just confirmed to be able to kill like any immortal in the game, which includes all of them. I'm gonna have to switch to Joshin's sugar. Joshin's.
Okay, I finished my last assignment, but she hasn't graded any of them, so I'm kind of like, bitch, please.
Can you please turn around? Can you please
No,
turn around? Can you please turn around?
no.
Yes.
Also, it seems AI voice replication's gone a lot better. I think it was Asai posted a P3 AI skit. So, how that is, when I end up doing my little P3 project, I might just use AI voice changer for that. I'll just make it clear that like this is like parody, no money.
Parody, don't give me money.
I'll do it more accurately. I'll say I just won't put ads on it, but I'll be like, hey, if you want to support the content,
Yeah, Patreon's in the description below, right? I'm not saying you have to. I'm just saying it's down there, and if it ends up in the account, like that's I can't be held responsible for the willing gratitude of other people.
Sure, they can do multiple voices, and this is definitely not abuse. Just use Newman as a voice actor.
Would it be wholesome? Damage inflicted posture upon successful deflection. Yeah, sure. Why not? Oh, this one. That'd be interesting.
Bomb's interesting.
Wow. Really got me there.
I know.
How will I ever recover?
I've done voice acting, or have I? I mean, like, I have no issue with male. I have no issue getting male voice actors. Are you kidding me? All my friends are males. I'll be like you, record audio. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, like if I need voice acting, like I'll just have like fucking I don't know, Kyle and Mangler show up. I could probably get Devil to do it like once in a fucking blue moon. And if I need one from a more darker skinned individual, maybe I'll ask Neo.
Wow.
You did make Ren willingly? Ren's not that bad! You can all You know what? I should make a rule that no one's allowed to talk about Ren until you guys actually fucking read the book.
5-color rice. Why the hell would they give me a gourd that drops rice? What a waste of fucking time.
No. Wow. Wow. Why did I keep forgetting Neo's dark skin? Dude, Neo's literally the darkness. Alright, so then did I do all of them? Let's see. Okay, so case study to consider. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, I did all my assignments there. Yo, Zim, when are you doing a remake of Dante versus the Darkness? Why would I do a remake? Dante still wins. I think I even said Dante won back then. There's a hard fucking cap for the Darkness. You literally have to argue the Darkness gets substantially stronger than it was at its existence, which I don't think a statement for that exists. You can't ratio me, I'm right. Also, hello Kyle, how are you doing? Oh yeah, you're still sick, huh? I wonder who's gonna recover faster, you or Devil?
For the sake of
Bruh. Rip, wishing nice recovery to Kyle. Yeah, Kyle couldn't stream yesterday because he's so sick. It was a tragedy.
That guy's armor is too thick.
Ren is a tragedy.
Oh, I thought it was dead. What the hell?
Bruh. Oh yeah, Mangler's actual count goes up to 2. He died twice.
Like the game. Sorry, continue.
Also, I think you misspelled tragedy. I am 24 minutes into the RSI video, so ideally by the end of this weekend, it'll be more or less done, but I'm gonna rewatch it to make sure everything's good. I'm also waiting on one little project from Yuhin to put into the video.
Alright, here we go. Almost got him. God damn it! Ugh.
Loki's
Fuck.
getting a season 2? Fucking why?
Did you not see the end of season 1?
No, because the MCU movie or videos or episodes are trash.
So you didn't actually wait? Did you even watch Loki?
No.
Bro. Why are you trapped? So
Hold
at the
on.
end of Loki, he gets sent into an alternate universe, not the one he belonged to, where Kang is basically the leader of the Time Variance Authority.
Source?
So the last episode. Why are you so dumb? I will end you.
End of this weekend is equals in 2 months. No, the video is actually making progress. I'm 24 minutes into it.
Wait. I got an idea.
Once I get the actual suffering section done, the rest of the video is gonna be super fucking easy. Also, I finished translating all my Fist of the North Star guidebooks, so I'm ready for the next set that's coming.
I saw the entire season of the Twisted Metal show.
Oh, did you watch it? Is that any good?
Yeah, it's got its moments, it's alright. There's going to be a season 2 where it's going to be more like the game.
So how was Sweet Tooth as, like, overall?
If you're married to the version of him in the game, you might be disappointed, but if you're looking for just, like, generic psychopath, you'll be happy.
Oh, well, that's kind of sad. Not what you said, Kyle. The guy I just killed.
Honestly, that's kind of what I expected. So, how good of a ninja would you say the MC is, Mangler?
Sekiro? Oh, he's pretty good. He has a lot of abilities that I'd say ninjas have, but he has like better demonstrations of them, like better examples of like long range hearing. He can see visions and things of the past. What is it? He has like stealth capabilities that allow him to sneak around like other experienced ninjas that have been trained by like the same masters and people. Generally, his stealth mastery is pretty good. That's without his sugars or anything. I just killed a man that was trying to provide medical care for his son. Oh well. Probably should have explained that, but the armored warrior guy I was fighting, he's only there because his son has fallen ill, and the Ashina basically promised him if he can stop me, then his son will go to the rejuvenating waters and it'll be able to heal his illness. So that's actually one of the items that you buy in the game, which is called Robert's Firecrackers. And it's the item that they've been selling around Ashina to basically raise money to pay for his illness. Apparently it didn't pan out, so he decided to put on a giant suit of armor and stop me instead.
As you do.
And well, that doesn't work out. So his son does. Well, I'm assuming his son does die because, well, his father doesn't succeed because his father gets pushed off a bridge.
Bless him, Kyle. Yeah, no. So, overall, there are several statements that were interesting. So, what I'm going to do with the Fist of the North Star guidebooks is I won't show scans, but I'll release, like, little, like, probably hour and a half long podcasts, maybe, just talking about the information in each guidebook. I won't show the scans. But
Source, but no source.
You got a water?
well, it's like, so the problem is that when I actually looked at the copyright for the actual fucking guidebook, it said do not reproduce, do not quote, do not do this, and I'm like, well, I get away with
Yeah,
fair
I was
use.
gonna say there's copyright ones that are listed that way. There's ones that don't have copyright,
So-
and then
so-
there are ones that are flat out
so-
don't ever use this thing.
So it's fair use regardless if I used it in videos, but this isn't going to be an edited video. This is going to be me talking about what I found in the guidebook. You can choose to believe me or not.
It's completely fine to be used on the internet. It's just a matter of whether or not.
Well, I mean,
like,
they can't get me for copyright because, like, fucking I live in the
No,
United States. What?
It would fall under fair use under the terms of
Education.
education and reviewing.
So I'm not talking about you presenting it in a video. I'm talking about whether or not the information would be valid as an official source in verse. That's a different discussion whether YouTube would copyright you.
Oh, yeah, no. Well, of course they're official. They're all copyright. They all have fucking the guy's name in the copyright section. At least the ones I have.
Oh, well, then never mind then. What was all that noise you were talking about earlier?
No. So the one I was talking to you about was for that one guidebook I bought at the very end of my splurge that I've never seen before, which is why I'm hoping that one has a copyright in it, because that one has really silly statements from what I saw. Do you think there'll be a second one of the game considering they go to find the dragon? I'm surprised Sekiro 2 hasn't come out yet.
I'm pretty sure there's going to be a sequel. Because in the True Dragon ending, I guess they're basically... So they're trying to basically shed the curse of immortality, because they're convinced since the dragon that they fight at the end of the game is not native to the land, that immortality ruining the lives of people exists outside the land of Ashina. So they basically try to use a way to you convert Kuro's soul into like the body of the divine child, and then Sekiro escorts the divine child out of the country, basically with the promise of finding a way to bring it back and then stop the curse. Arguably a happier ending than most of the Dark Souls games.
So for the like 3 people who care about Mr. North Star here regarding statements regarding Rao, I did find one statement that claimed that some people might be biased about Rao's ability, but that same paragraph section says that Rao's can show strongest opponent. All right, I will accept this evidence. It's like, thank you for just literally destroying the hopes and dreams of the people who would use this for evidence. So how fast are the birds and Fist of the North Star? I don't know, somewhere in the light speed.
The problem with that statement, if people try and say that we can't take people's opinions on Rao, is that the way you would interpret this is that everyone who works under Rao, that's what you wouldn't take into consideration. Everyone who's had no interaction with him, that's different. They've got no reason to be biased.
I would say that Lin, Sachi, are probably fair game and probably fucking whatchamacallit, and probably fucking Kenshiro, since Kenshiro's never really shown to do shit like that. Which part is most interesting to you, Zim? Honestly, once everything's said and done, I think Rao is probably overall the most interesting brother because even the way the guidebooks talk about him and shit, he definitely is the one. Like I can see why he's so beloved. Kenshiro is just a plank of wood, unfortunately. God bless his soul. Even the guidebook says that, yeah, Kenshiro doesn't really emote worth anything. That's why Rao's a lot cooler, a lot more interesting, because he actually shows emotion.
I see.
Yeah, because we all just know that Toki's just the best, period, and if it wasn't for the fact that, you know, he was fucking dying of every disease under the sun, he would have fucking smacked him around.
Yeah, so the holy chapters and then I think portions of the divine dragon's like memories do confirm that he does come from the west. He doesn't originate from Japan or the land of Ashina. He comes from somewhere else in the world.
I do remember about Anime this day, and it sticks with me. Hell yeah. By the way, do we know how deep the ocean is? No. Overall, though, so far I'm satisfied with all the guidebooks I bought, but I spent a few more money, or a bit more money, and I'll see if I'm still satisfied after all that's said and done. I need to watch the Rao anime for his feats, actually.
I'm sure you are all aware already. This coming battle will determine the fate of all Ashina. We go now to risk our lives for Lord Ishi and the peoples of Ashina. We are Ashina! We are unbreakable! Yeah!
This shit is cool.
We are Ashina, we are unbreakable. Proceeds to have their commander stabbed. Lose half of his health in one blow and lose almost all their squad in like 5 seconds. They must be optimists.
Ah, ¿qué pasó con mi carro siempre? Bro, my mom keeps saying every day she's gonna take my car to the mechanic to get the air conditioning fixed. And I just asked her, hey, well, how'd it go? She's like, I didn't take your car, I took my truck. It's like, bro. Then I guess I don't need it fixed.
At this point, I have killed 3 of their main generals. And one of their lower captains. They've got to be hurting.
Yeah, so we'll end the stream in about another hour, so that way I can get ready, because I do have to go somewhere later today. Thankfully, with my college work done, I just have a quiz to take care of. Chris in RE6 has a feat that made me crazy, where he's able to fight against the gate that can resist the pressure being very deep in the ocean. Oh yeah, that would be crazy because he's fighting water pressure at that point.
Is he in an area that's a concealed place underwater? Because he might be fighting air pressure depending on the situation. Yes. Where do you think the dragon comes from? I think the dragon probably originates from somewhere in Asia. Could originate from Europe, or maybe somewhere in North America.
What does the dragon look like? Does it look more snake-like?
It's very snake-like, so I'm expecting that it's from Asia.
So does it have wings?
No, it does not have wings, so it's probably not European. But the reason I say that is because like this game takes place in like the 1400s ish, so I'm pretty sure they'd be more comfortable with expanding and exploring Asia at that time rather than Europe. Because Europe right now is going through like the Inquisition and shit, and I think they'd rather not. Well, actually, no, that actually would be pretty interesting for the Sekiro to portray. But well, I mean, I guess it really depends on what the writers want. I don't know. I think it's probably more likely that it's from Asia. Anything European.
Damn. Oh yeah, I guess the United States government claimed aliens are real now, and apparently that they've had like bodies of extraterrestrials for a while.
So what they're admitting to is that they've admitted to keeping Mexicans in cages.
Sorry, what did you just say?
So the American government just admitted that they kept Mexicans in cages.
Oh.
Bro, Congress out here saying that we're fighting higher dimensional aliens? Bro, square up! I need to test out I need to fucking play my card games more with New Hand. I need to make sure the rules are up to date. A false front and advanced tech. You and your conspiracy theories.
Why the fuck would it be a false front to expand tech? We're already at the bleeding edge of tech right now.
English major.
I can't stab that guy from here. Trying to open the door. I should not have iframes for that. That's so fucking stupid.
Alright, I'm gonna have breakfast at 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah, get out of here, you heathen.
Wow.
That's not breakfast. That's lunch.
No, Kyle, because it's my first meal of the day.
Doesn't matter. That's lunch.
I'll compromise. It's brunch.
No, it's lunch. Brunch is 11.
What? I don't mind beating the shit out of a sick person.
But would you ever live it down if the sick person could beat you down?
That's a fair point. I
Oh, that
saw
looks
it
like
when
a
he was
dangerous enemy.
Power Skill Congress or Congress Power Skill. Yep.
Lady Emma, tell me, what has caused the state of this man?
The rejuvenating waters. That is what it is called.
Are you telling me that this is Ashina's secret weapon?
I am. Those who drink it cannot fully die. No. They become unable to die at all. The rejuvenating water, it also...
It springs from the dragon's blood, does it not?
Yes.
Lady Emma, I do not believe the dragon's blood is sacred. Not at all.
Ugh. I actually need some food now that I think about it.
Wow!
Are you even eating breakfast?
I am. I'm putting the toast in right now. It's just that there's no one here, so I don't have to mute myself.
Let's see. I'll go get a sandwich. I'll be right back.
So when does Bayo have mid-godly regen? I believe that's based on the ending to Bayonetta 3.
What, where she's still susceptible to existence erasure?
Mid-godly regen is being able to regenerate your body through just your soul. And she technically does do that at the end of Bayonetta 3.
Use the ability to regenerate like multiple fundamental aspects of your existence, usually recovering from existence erasure. It's usually regenerating from mind, body, and soul.
Source?
What she was doing at the end of Bayonetta 3 could be best argued as low godly. Though, after since looking at that cutscene, I've kind of begun to wonder, is that really fair if her body was completely intact? Like, because her soul is pulled out of her body, and she does make a body over it, yes, but her physical body is still completely intact on the ground.
Are you saying that her body just went back to her?
Well, so like, I don't know what's happening. Like, I don't want to make a decision on what's happening there until we have enough information, because we weren't given, like, a guidebook or anything. Because if it's confirmed that she was manipulating particles or anything to form her body back over here, no, I'm calling bullshit. Because her body is still intact. If it turns out she just moved her body to form over her soul, no, that's not a regeneration feat. That'd be matter manipulation. Fuck out of here. Still be good. Still be really good matter manipulation. But
Mangler with the downplane, as always.
listen, I'm completely fine with her having low godly. That's fine. I'm just saying I would like to be confirmed sure that it's actually regeneration, because we have a distinct lack of regeneration feats.
If only you could, if only she could generate from nothing but a name.
Why do you guys downplay Bayonetta so hard?
To be fair, at least she doesn't die if she gets stabbed.
Not anymore.
Well, let me put you another way. At least she doesn't have to focus to heal herself.
Wow. You really gonna do Kratos like that?
Rude boy, rude.
Bruh, Kratos would obviously stomp all of them. He's like 30 deep.
Do you even say that with a straight face?
No, I didn't. I was smiling the entire time. Krell can relate. Lies. Krell's always a good kit among the hack and slashers. He's kind of like the worst hack and slash character, kit wise. If you can destroy Krell's weapons, you can literally just. She has to focus on her wound to heal. Cypher, don't say that. Dude, so I got a random fucking message today on my phone about some girl complaining about some dude where she's all like, "Oh, so you're happier with her now?" And I'm like, "What the fuck is this?" You know what I'm saying? Oh, there goes what the hell. So that was trippy. I'll fucking say I'm tired of hearing bullshit from her stands. Bayonetta does not have stands. Only people who scale her correctly. I know it's not what you wanted to hear, but that is the truth.
Ah, back with the food.
What was that, Mangler? I heard wink.
Then I'm back with the food.
Oh, that reminds me. Kyle, did Devil send you the picture of the energy drinks or no?
Yeah.
That man's not human. Guy
I told him
practically
to
drank
stop
the
drinking that
entire
stuff.
fucking energy drink section.
I told him to stop drinking that stuff.
I think he's intending on killing me because he wants to do a tier list on stream where we all have to try some.
Nope.
That's a
Killing
death
you.
sentence.
Finger, can tell
He
you.
calls his brother weak because his brother can't handle 3 monsters.
Mangler, can I tell you about a different person who's been some bullshit on Discord and Reddit? You know, Mangler,
It's
remember the guy
Obama.
that me and my friends
Dude,
in his
honestly,
thread on Reddit?
that's fake.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm just trying to enjoy my little sandwich.
I was thinking about doing tier lists, but then I remember I don't have money.
You don't need money to do a tier list.
You have to buy all the food.
Oh, for a food tier. Oh, I thought you meant like a video.
No. I just don't have any series to do tier lists on. I could do a Fist of the North Star one, but no one cares about that.
Pretty sure people would still like that.
And also that would get me in the hot water with the Fist of the North Star community. You know,
Like you care.
the 60 or so guys who are gonna show up who scale Fist of the North Star.
They're like, how dare you?
Mangler, can you tell me about a different person who was spewing some bullshit on Discord and on Reddit? Yo, Mangler, remember the guy that me and my friends had to reply to his debunk? It was a guy who made a debunk thread on Reddit about PLC's Canicity and 9D Soul Scan and called them fanfiction and said that Unity Dante is absurd and proceeded to get his arguments from...
I've never heard of this guy. I don't go on Reddit, people. That's not my thing. I tend to make my days at least somewhat productive if they're spent scouring the internet. And Reddit is not one of the places that I think I should be getting valuable information. There we go.
Although if I make a tier list, I'll probably make it live because tier lists live are still more fun, even if people don't care about like what I'm tier listing. Or at least I'll get someone along with me because already I'll just freaking tier list by myself in a video. It's gonna be like probably like 40 minutes where I have to explain everything.
Comic Vine and G1 blog.
To be fair, I had people for those.
Does Bayo have Mid-Gothy region? No, I wouldn't say so. He did reply to him Discord and Bayo channel at one point. He was going by the username BayoFan.
Guys,
oh, you mean
that
guy?
Mangler remembers.
I was gonna say the guy that was like so stupid he just wouldn't accept like any outside information that contradicted his views.
Well, you got a war scaler?
Well, it's just like whenever, I mean, this seems to happen whenever we talk about DMC in general. It's just like when I introduce something that makes a character strong, there's like, no, that's not valid. Yeah, speaking of which, there was a guy that was, I still have to figure out where this one came from, but there was a guy claiming that, he had the, well, actually, I'm not entirely sure what the claim is, because it was just sent to me via a guy that was trying to verify this information as an intermediary. And it's supposed to be like an archive website that has the scans of the Tales of Morpheus that claims that it was lost. And I'm like, okay, now give me the original link. Give me the proof of copyright or creation of this. Because otherwise this is just an archive website that has screenshots of something on it. It doesn't prove that it existed at one point. It just means that someone at this point decided to put something on a website, and that's it.
Even though you It'd be no different if he gave you literally an Imgilling.
No, like seriously, it's like you took a screenshot of something, like which you could have easily photoshopped, and then threw it on a page, and then was like, "Well, it's on an archive. That means it was pulled from somewhere." Like, no, that just means you're trying to preserve it. That doesn't mean that it existed somewhere at some point with a proper HTMI, HTMLI, or a what is it? It's like HTML, the web search, or like a spider link. Like there's no that doesn't provide like evidence of a reverse search. That just means you put it on a place for it to be preserved.
Partners
That doesn't
magically
mean
keeps up
it
with
wasn't
me the whole fucking time.
manufactured.
If you mean that door I don't think has the feed you're thinking of. Although that door should be strong enough to resist water pressure at the ocean depths. So Chris being able to hold it at all up. Well that depends. Would it be heavier or just denser if it can withstand the ocean's pressure?
There are certain ways that technology has progressed because it basically the same as like I can hold this little submarine up, and this submarine can go down to the bottom of the Mariana Trench.
Well, it's like so the way it works is when you're running away from the water, Chris has to hold open a door in order for
So is it trying to shout?
yeah, well, the door's trying to
Okay,
close.
so that has nothing to do with pressure.
Damn.
If he like bumped into the door and dented it, that would be something.
Chris punches it and the door goes flying.
That would actually be fairly impressive.
Chris
And
imagines
yet
it's a
I wouldn't
boulder.
even. And yet, because it's Chris, I wouldn't even blink an eye.
Bruh.
Damn, at the dojo.
Oh, actually,
¿Con cuál jabón? Necesito comprar jabón.
actually,
¿Y por qué me decía así como que no he lavado todo fucking mis cosas todo fucking día casi?
also,
Bronco.
I saw Death Island. Death Island has like one solid feat for the entire cast.
Oh, was it any good?
It's not the best Resident Evil movie, but it's not the worst.
Does Jill get any healing factor shenanigans from the T-virus, or just that she can't age?
Neither. So basically, what we get is with the new virus, when they go to Alcatraz, everybody starts turning into zombies like immediately, and we find out that it's because of these little micro robots that are injecting the virus into people. And Chris, Claire, and Leon get injected, and it turns out that they can resist it for like several minutes, while everyone else was turning almost instantly. Jill was the only one who didn't. Jill was the only one who didn't get infected.
Because of the T-virus antibodies?
No, he just chose not to infect her.
Why not?
To make her suffer. Watch as her friends slowly die.
What does he have against Jill? What did Jill do?
Nothing. It's just basically an umbrella soldier who had to kill his best friend, and basically...
Why is that my fault? I feel like you should not be taking your rage out on me.
That's literally what... You've literally just summed up what everyone says.
Well, okay, so then we're just gonna go with the director's statement then that Jill stopped aging. That's fine. I'm pretty... Yeah.
We do know it takes place after Resident Evil 6, though.
Oh, nice. So where's Jake?
Because they talk about the death of Piers.
Chris is like, yeah, my boy Piers, he died.
And
Wait,
Jill for some reason is still haunted by the trauma of being mind controlled by Wesker and going after her friends.
oh, is that why she wasn't in Resident Evil 6? Because she's still dealing with trauma?
I guess so.
Bruh.
Queen!
So then do we get like any scaling feats or anything, or just like they're all comparable still?
They're also comparable.
Alright, great. Let's have Jill kick a boulder next.
Well, when I say they're all still comparable, it's more in terms of kind of speed and skill stuff. There's not really any strength feats or speed stuff.
Let's have Jill kick a boulder next. Mangler's playing on easy mode.
What if I told you that
Charm is the
what if I told you she had?
difficulty.
What if I told you at the start of the movie she had difficulty, like fighting one zombie, and this zombie nearly like overwhelmed her, and there was nothing significantly special about it.
This is a new virus,
No, it's just an off strain of the T virus.
so it's a new virus.
Are you serious? What the hell?
I'd have to see the context of the scene to see what's going on, because she might have just been like shocked and taken aback. Because if she already has PTSD currently, I can just argue that's like a mental issue.
They don't have any flashbacks or anything like that. You don't know that she has PTSD until like a quarter way through the movie.
That would not matter. That would just be explaining why she's shocked and stunned by that. If the movie explains,
Oh no, she's not shocked or stunned. She's not shocked or stunned by it. Like she's herself.
When does this happen?
She's at the start of the movie.
Okay, would you say it's in the first 8 minutes?
No, first 20.
Is it called Death Island?
Damn it.
It is.
It is. The problem with the scene is after Chris explicitly tells her to wait for backup, just in case, because they don't know how many hostiles are in the house, she goes in, she goes snooping around, she checks all the rooms like she usually does, gets ambushed by a zombie, they proceed to have a scuffle, they fall off the second floor onto a table, and she's like struggling the entire time. Like the zombie is giving her a run for her money.
Are we talking in the... Oh, wait, no. Well, this is her fighting Leon.
That's like halfway through the movie.
No, yeah, because I was going to check it.
Oh, fight's over.
I mean, she flipped Leon over. Also, Leon versus Maria fight choreography is awful. Maria.
Oh yeah, if you're not familiar with the Resident Evil movies, she's like a side piece character that was in just for the movies.
I've seen a few of them.
But I will say everything that goes on in 6 pretty much just like goes on in Death Island pretty much just confirms to me that when Resident Evil characters get older, they don't get weaker. Get the fuck out of here.
Also, no more second level nemesis.
They seem to be getting more youthful.
No.
It's like Benjamin Button.
No, because the railgun is still compared on par with the weapon they used to destroy Raccoon City, and I'm pretty sure consistently Raccoon City is destroyed by one bomb, not multiple.
I think that depends on how you want to take one of the movie statements, or from maybe Umbrella. I think it's either the Umbrella.
Okay, so what Hasai showed was that I think it was the Umbrella Chronicles, they retconned Outbreak. Okay, it was Outbreak. Now it was destroyed by missiles. No, because we've seen consistently in every version of the story it's destroyed by one missile, not multiple. But I would have to check and see what the other games say. Does Umbrella Chronicles...
I think one of the movies says it's It was several, and I think also I could be misremembering this, but I'm also believing Revelations 1 implies it was more than one as well.
Well, it depends on what's the consistent outcome afterwards. Let me take a look and see. Let me check and see how Raccoon City was destroyed.
Oh.
Okay, this is weird. Because the wiki doesn't talk about the other versions of it being destroyed. Oh, here we go. Let me check a look. Maybe this is what this will say.
Damn it.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to do some research then on what the other games say about how it was destroyed. Because I know in the remakes it's destroyed by one missile. So I feel like the intended version is the one missile scenario.
You could say that, or you could just say they're trying to make it like almost 1-to-1 as much as they can.
It's the official remake of the game. While we do notice cut content, I feel like well, okay. So then, like, does Resident Evil 6 talk about how Raccoon City was destroyed? Because isn't the president like?
No,
Well, isn't it like in a file?
I don't believe so. So this is one of those things where it's like you're gonna have to kind of like maybe combine the two to get the truth. Because you can't just straight out throw out the other one saying that there are multiple bombs. So what you can say is we see one bomb, but there could have been other bombs that we didn't see also fly.
Okay, so the problem here is that its destruction in both versions of the game is attributed to one secret nuclear or one weapon created by the U.S. government in the guidebooks and everything, and in the games I believe they mentioned it was one bomb, or it shows just one bomb that wipes out everything.
That's the problem, is that it doesn't
Kyle,
specify
you
how
literally
many.
just see the
says,
one bomb flying out and
that's
blowing
the
up.
problem, and that's the problem I'm saying, is that that's the one you see. You don't see any of the others. Because I'm
It,
pretty sure in the Umbrella
would
Chronicles,
not.
I'm pretty sure in the Umbrella Chronicles, when you do the Aiden story and she's escaping, you see multiple bombs fly over.
Okay,
I'm pretty sure.
then
I'm pretty sure the
let me
movie
check.
also. Actually, if I remember correctly, I'm pretty sure the movie also explains that it was probably more than one bomb.
This makes no sense because the wiki itself doesn't fucking have that change.
Thinking wikis are reliable.
I mean, they have Japanese guidebook information. If there was actual information in the main games that claimed Raccoon City was destroyed differently, because these are old games we're talking about, it would have been mentioned in the notes somewhere.
Yeah, but they usually miss things on every wiki.
This is a
That's like
cutscene,
going
though.
that's like going to the Devil May Cry wiki for the official timeline.
Or God of Wars. or
Okay,
Dark
but
Souls.
the problem is that like these are cutscenes though. We're not talking like obscure pieces of
You're
information.
you're really you're really
Yes,
assuming these
and when
people
I'm
are that observant.
you are arguing such a massive level of incompetency. It's not even funny.
yes,
I am
because these people
actually.
are also not power scalers, and they also don't care. They would
The fact
probably
But
is,
also look at the multiple
that
missiles.
would for a wiki's purpose that would be important because that's a difference in how it's shown. It would be in the trivia
yes, and
section.
they can just be in that incompetent. It's entirely possible.
That sounds
Have you seen other wikias? Other wikias are fucking like disgustingly poorly done.
They're
that
usually pretty good for gameplay purposes, but even then they miss stuff. But for story and lore, it's kind of like they give like the surface level analysis of most things.
the Resident Evil wiki's nowhere near as bad as what you guys are used to. I'll say it like
I don't
that.
I don't have the confidence in them that you have.
Hang on. I'm going to see all Raccoon City destruction comparisons. Alright, perfect. Let's go.
Does that just have the games, or does that also have the movie's description? Because
It's
this
not
could also just be cutscenes.
it's just gonna be the cutscenes, so yeah, so I wanna see if it's depicted as multiple bombs elsewhere.
Yes, kill them. Aha.
Because I remember a statement for multiple bombs being in one of the movies.
Okay, so here's Outbreak. Alright.
Let's go buy some stuff. Actually, before we do that, let's acquire skills.
Okay, now there's a problem. Because the Umbrella Chronicles, which comes later, has one bomb in it. However, there might be a middle ground here worth discussing. Wait.
Currently waiting.
Well, no, hang on a minute. Okay, so, no, this one has both of them. But the problem is that you only see one missile, but in every other... Okay, so...
That's what I said. That's what I said to
No,
you. The middle ground is
you
you see
don't,
one bomb, but
you
it could have
don't
been multiple.
understand. The Outbreak cutscenes show them happening simultaneously. Like, all of them are going at the same time. If you can see one of them, you'd see all of them. So I think... Based on what the Umbrella Chronicle shows, it shows one missile by itself hit Raccoon City, but then it also has clips of Outbreak with multiple missiles. So I think the Outbreak one... So either A, this missile is far ahead of the others, or B, it got retconned to where they sent a second volley in. Because
Can you upgrade your sword? You can.
there are several missiles that hit outside of Raccoon City according to the government's diagrams. So they were blanketing the entire area with missiles.
Oh, okay. So do you just want to say that it was just a two-wave bombardment volley then?
That's what it appears to look like in the Umbrella Chronicles. So yeah, I think that's probably the best way to consider it.
Actually, that probably makes the most amount of sense, because if you want to make sure that that virus is absolutely never going to leave,
You blanket the entire area.
well, as they say, you tap twice.
Yeah, I think that probably makes the most sense for it to just be multiple bombs, because they'd probably want to blanket out the entire area, because they also want to kill any survivors.
Well, depending on how you want to take this, wouldn't they also be destroying the Arkley Mountains?
They might
Because there were
be.
reports of this.
Yeah, they would be hitting everything. Oh yeah, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart came to PC finally, apparently.
Wasn't that the new
Cool.
one?
The entire Raccoon City territory got disappeared. Okay, then yeah, so I think the best argument is that what Jill sees in Resident Evil 3 is either a missile that got fired first, or is a separate weapon and the rest are the following, or they're all the same type of missile, it's just that one got fired way earlier than the others. So I don't know, take your pick there on that one. Because even then, the actual missile's explosion shown that Jill sees is way bigger than the volleys we see in Outbreak. Including Arclight Mountains and City near Raccoon City in the forest. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna say it just makes more sense for a volley strike and Jill just sees the first one. Especially since it has both like showings in there. That's weird though. I wonder why they made that change. Because that's such a nothing change. You wouldn't care about that normally, and yet that change still occurred. I wonder why. Because it takes more effort to animate more bombs. So I wonder if they actually thought that was an overall more logical choice. Maybe they realized they power skilled Nemesis too high and they decided to nerf him. Because if one bomb wiped out the entire territory, including the mountains, that would be... That's stronger than your average nuclear bomb. Correct me if I'm wrong on that one.
That would get into like the island level.
They're all like, Nemesis is too powerful. We have to nerf him now.
That would be like a hydrogen level atomic bomb.
Well, it is called
Except
thermonuclear bomb.
Thermonuclear are basically the same as the hydrogen bombs.
So Nemesis is still town level?
So basically,
Potentially?
I think hydrogen and thermonuclear work on the same way, because the way that it works is it sucks in, the explosion sucks in all of the oxygen, and then that's when the explosion comes.
Does that make a substantial difference in the explosion itself? I'm not too familiar with that.
Absolutely.
Well,
Because explosions and fire are fueled by oxygen.
It also depends on where it's dropped. Because like the bombs that were dropped in Hiroshima and Nagasaki were not dropped on the ground. They were air bombed. They exploded I want to say like 100 something feet like above the air, above the ground. They were not detonated on the surface.
Okay, so it's stated to potentially be a thermobaric bomb. Because it's... Here. Yeah, thermobaric bomb.
Whereas when the hydrogen bombs, I think, were dropped, the islands or the places that they were tested on, I don't think were ever found again.
Okay, yeah, so I think this is what Kyle's talking about, is a type of explosive that uses oxygen from the surrounding air to generate high-temperature explosion. No, actually, wait, what Kyle's saying is it got rid of the air. This would just be that it uses the air to ignite and destroy things.
Yeah, that's what it does. It uses the air by sucking it in for fuel.
Zim, Fraudseroth versus Fraudatos? Did you just put Sephiroth versus Kratos?
Say their names.
It's like I'm so confused there because I feel like that one's Sephiroth and I think the second one's Kratos. Just that Fraud takes up most of the word. I'll finish my rice today along with some chicken nuggets later. That way, because I think my rice is only good for today. I left it for too long on its own. Yes, lol. I was gonna say I'm so confused. They're both frauds. But to be fair, Sephiroth never really claimed to be super fucking crazy, and he is strong for where he is.
What, Final Fantasy VII?
I mean, yeah, he's definitely stronger than most of the people there. I wouldn't necessarily call him a fraud.
Weaker than most of the final bosses. Just wait until I get to 10 and watch me get Sin past that.
Wow. Well,
Watch when I find a statement that Sin actually created the alternate world that Tidus is from.
It seems Lackadaisy's getting a whole season. That's interesting.
Who is?
A while back, they made a YouTube animated pilot for an old webcomic that specifically was like animal humanoids, but it was about like the Prohibition era. It was really popular. I never read it, but it was popular. 3 months ago, they made an animated episode for it that's 24 minutes long. It looks really fucking clean. It was a really good fucking animation. If you haven't seen it, you should definitely check it out. But they announced that's gonna get a whole season now. They're gonna work on a whole season for it. So I don't know. That's pretty good. Pretty spicy. They're both frauds, anyways. I think a fraud is more someone who acts tough within their own verse and then gets clapped super easily or does something that you wouldn't assume. Like how apparently that guy fighting Gojo couldn't beat Gojo, so he called him back up. Oh, that's funny.
Like, in what way would Sephiroth be a fraud specifically?
The only reason he killed Aerith is because he snuck up on her.
Well, I mean, like, when someone calls someone a fraud, they usually mean in regards to something they did or something they've said. Was there anything that Sephiroth did in his behavior that led you to believe he was, like, fraudulent? And how he acted towards, like, what he believed?
Sukuna is a fraud? Yes, apparently he is a fraud for calling backup. I don't know. If you have to summon something to help you fight, does that even, are you considered a fraud at that point if you're summoning your own creation?
No. So, I would claim that if someone fought somebody else, or you know they fought them, and you said, they claimed, like, yeah, I beat them with my own power, and then it turns out, you find out later that they were getting the crap kicked out of them, and then they summoned someone else to beat them, then that would be a fraud.
Okay, yeah,
because
so
they
he's a fraud,
basically
then.
lied to you.
Then he's a fraud.
But if summoning's part of, like, their shtick, if that's, like, part of their arsenal and it's intrinsic to how they fight, no.
I still find it weird Nikolai's, like, only 35. For reals. Sukuna declares himself the fraudulent one under the heavens.
All these
Mangler's trying his hardest to not call Spawn a fraud.
What?
Uh,
What Spawn do that was fraudulent?
The problem is that he can't beat Gojo with his technique. He has to use Mugumins, and even then he's still losing.
Oh, wait, are you talking about that one scene where he basically just, like... Oh my god. Oh, no. Sorry, I'm getting attacked by, like, dogs. Hang on.
The Gojo versus the antagonist fight was always going to be weird, because you were never going to be in a position where you could let Gojo seriously lose because of how popular he is, but you also have to do the antagonist in a way that makes the antagonist seem like a threat.
Hang on. Are you talking about that scene where Spawn claims that he could, not that he could fight them, that they would fight for eternity with God and Satan, and then God and Satan just, like, zap him after a sentence. He gets destroyed and he has to be revived by the Mother of Miracles. You claiming that one? Because, yeah, that would be a fraudulent claim, because he was completely and totally wrong.
He said yes. So what you're saying
okay.
is that Spawn is a fraud.
In that scene, yes, he's a fraud. I don't think he's ever lied like that in his entire thing. I mean, I think he was just talking shit, to be honest. He was like, yeah, I've eaten from the Garden of Eden, I'm ready to go. And I'm like, yeah, and yet they lit you up like the 4th of July.
Isn't that one of the things that, like, Kev tried to bring up to you for why Spawn's more powerful?
I mean, well, it's one of the reasons that Spawn scalers try to argue that he scales to God and Satan. And I'm like, well, he scales to whatever that area of, like, the fucking Garden of Eden scales to. Like, the only reason you would assume he scales to that is because it's claimed that it gives you the power of a god, so you'd assume he's just as strong as God or Satan. But that's a better argument than saying he scales to God and Satan, who just literally vaporized him. Like...
I did see that Fraud Kuna edit, yes.
It was always the stupidest thing, because I've heard people, I think I heard Parrot defend this once, where Parrot was like, yeah, and this includes his many plethora of feats, including letting himself be killed by God and Satan, and I'm like, what? What do you mean letting himself
are
be
you
killed?
serious?
Yeah, like I'm pretty sure he mentions like I could be misinterpreting what he said entirely, and if so, I apologize. But I'm pretty sure he says like that he let himself be killed by God and Satan, and I'm like, what the fuck? In what universe? Maybe we just have like different sets of like eyeballs, or I don't know, like a different parameter of vision. But I strongly remember that being like a very, very different scene.
Yeah, I hate to break it to you, but my name's not Liz. The girl you're looking for has a different number. Are you sure you're messaging the right person? Because it sounds like you have some issues you need to talk about with this person. No, so I told this earlier when you were gone. Some random person messaged me with some relationship shit.
I actually came back like right when that happened, so I heard it. It was kind of funny.
So I'm gonna read your last text here. Yeah, so I guess I'll just sit the shit. I got you out back. Come get it. You need it. It's not like Nikki or whoever you're with will ever make you shout. You have what you need. Have a good one. Lady, you should be sending this to the other person.
See, this is the difference between you and me. You panic, I would play into it.
Kyle,
What?
this is a
What is wrong with you?
relationship. That's just rude. And also, I get where
No.
that's from. You ain't slick.
All right, here we
You
go.
don't need to be. This man sounds like he's in distress. You just start talking shit.
I'm pretty sure this is a girl talking about her girlfriend.
Well, that was easy. And he's done. Mini boss deleted in 5 seconds. Is Kratos a fraud? That depends. Can you give me some examples of things that you think he'd be a fraud about? Maybe I can.
Yeah,
Oh,
Kratos is a fraud.
okay,
100%.
Here we go.
100% fraud. Number one,
What?
couldn't be
Hold
Odin by
on.
himself. Needed his son and his girlfriend to pick him up.
Am
Number
I the only
two,
one seeing this here? Look at this.
number two,
Well,
how to get hard carried by the Titans. What?
Let me ask you a question. Is his cosmology a fraud?
I don't think that counts because that's not him.
Kyle, why would you say something so bold yet so controversial? Well, I hope that lesbian over there works out whatever she needs to work out with whatever.
Don't you mean so bold, but like so true?
No.
Oh, okay.
Is the Master a fraud? No, because he consistently beats the Doctor and is capable of fighting him. It's just that the Doctor usually has friends. That being said, the Master can be on Fraud Watch every now and again. Like, every now and again, you're a little worried that maybe Fraud Watch is there. Maybe he's a fraud, but then, then you just, use logic.
Guess who's a fraud? Absalom? Oh, the guy from Darksiders? Why? Because he was like, man, I have a claim to Eden. And then shows up after the creator has already declared that it's reserved for humanity specifically.
Is Bayo a fraud? Oh, that's a tough question to ask. Whenever she can't win a fight, she resorts to summoning, but she summons all the time.
Well, I don't think that's fraudulent. That's kind of part of her. It'd be more if she said something or indicated that she could do something, and then she wasn't capable of doing.
Yeah,
that.
she indicated she could beat Azir, and then she couldn't.
Multiple times.
Does she state that she could beat Azir, or does
She's
she just
like,
talk
"I'll
shit?
take you down." She talks shit, Mangler, and then fucking Lopter squares up and is like, "Hey, slap."
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe depends on the circumstance. Kratos, I would not say is fraudulent
Me remembers that.
unless
Go on.
unless we're
Actually,
talking
speaking
about
of-
how his family died. Because if he claims, so it depends on how he describes it. If he claims that like Ares murdered his family or something, it's like, yeah, no, that'd be fraudulent because that way of describing it absolves him of any responsibility in the incident when we
Mangler
know he
gets
was
the
directly
praying strikes
responsible.
instead. It hits super quickly and does good damage.
Actually, that's
Go on.
that's something I should ask. Have you talked to Daniel about the possibility that because of the same in every Bayonetta has had similar experiences, that means that they've probably fought multiple versions of AZ?
No, I want to talk to him in person before going into stuff like that. Or not in
Which would
person, but
also
like,
mean they also fought different versions of Jubileus. So
oh fuck,
Well, as
Go
far
on.
as Jubileus and the rest of them, that shouldn't be possible because we have statements.
it shouldn't be, but here's the problem: is that there are statements that they have similar experiences.
You're gonna need the Templars for the praying skill, lad. It has some good stuff there. You keep saying to get the praying stuff. Oh wow. Once Demon gets back on the card game, we're on to the actual units. Huh. Interesting.
I don't know why these guys have an aerial assassination.
Chad
Also,
Lobster
Newman,
versus Fraudinetta.
I need the fucking. I would need the thing. Where am I? Wherever the Sengoku the Senpo Temple like teachings.
Wait. Didn't Seth do a live stream responding to the allegations? Completely off topic,
Pretty
I
sure
know. It's just that I think he deleted that live stream.
Who did?
Seth? I think he deleted the live stream where he talked about the allegations.
Yes, I think he talked about
Is
how
he still making content, or is he gone now?
No, like that's what I was checking. I was checking to see if he made new content recently, or like if he made like a post or anything. But no,
No.
nope.
Did he get all of his subscribers back?
Did he what?
Did he get all of his subs back?
He's still below 900,000. So he still lost a pretty decent chunk. He's currently at 877,000, so he lost like 40,000 subs. He still has channel members, so I wonder if he just makes channel member exclusive content.
He started at 1 million, if I'm not mistaken.
He was right at the cusp of 1 million.
Yeah, so he lost roughly 100,000.
Yeah, no, so I just find that funny that the main antagonist of Jujutsu Kaisen can't beat Gojo in a fight. After talking shit the entire series, and Gojo's like, hey, you ready to score up now? That's what happens when you make a character too popular or too strong, I think.
I think I found what I needed to go.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh yeah, I was also gonna say that apparently Wolf has like or Sekiro has like let's say 4 different fighting styles? Maybe 5? Depending on how many texts you have. Well, okay, probably 4 because the last one I think is just techniques.
Trash.
Sorry, what? What did you just say?
Trash.
That is generally pretty damn good, actually.
Trash.
Also, I am poisoned. I've been
Sekiro has very good martial arts mastery. Potentially, yes. Yeah, it's 4 Mangler, but the temple one is the best in my opinion.
I never really found the temple one to be that good because the Ashina arts give you like nothing but just like raw posture stuff, and this one is like, well, this one just gives you like really nice like arm strike stuff, which is really only good if you're consistently landing blows. When you come into contact with someone who outranges you, you kind of just lose. I'd say even the Shinobi arts kind of beats that, to be honest. Because some of the stuff you need, especially when it comes to the Makiri counter and the Shinobi eyes. The Shadow Rush isn't very good. Nightjar Slash is not very good, from what I remember. Or at least it's decent, but I've never bothered with it. Because I always had Ichimonji Double and Floating Passage. Because I just want attacks that can do posture damage. Posture damage or piercing damage. Especially Floating Passage.
Lies.
Alright. Gonna set up my thing, go back to whatever his face place is. Where is it? Go buy these bags of gold, and I'm gonna get off.
Alright. So, that'll be it for today's stream. There will not be a stream tomorrow because I'm so close to being done with the other side editing that tonight I'm going to try and get through Suffering. And if I can get through Suffering, I can get to the daughters, and that'll be like easy peasy.
See, let's get on go sugar.
I will make some
I could do
videos
Flacos.
in the future talking about the Fist of North Star guidebooks, along with probably discussing. Because I'm almost done with I should be done with High School DxD second volume pretty soon, so I'll have a book review out for that one as well.
Keep buying stuff.
If everything goes well and I finish everything, I may or may not try and make a do a stream on Sunday.
Where are we going? Good old grave? Off in a reservoir.
Well, we'll see what happens there on that one.
Okay.
Alright, you ready?
There we go. Yeah, I'm just gonna rest here.
He is resting. Alright. So, with that said, thank you guys for your time as always. Have a nice day. I'll see you guys on the next stream or video.